Hello chat. How are we doing? I just realized I didn't set up my stall. let me do that real quick. Wash streamer. Hold on, give me a sec. I always feel like there's something missing, and so I don't trust it. But this time there was something missing, so fuck, you know. No. I am stalling. I just didn't set it up. Wait. Boom. Yeah, there. Alright. What's up, everyone? Alright, well, let me start here. So, off stream, let me get this big. We reached 2,000 followers! Yay! Woo, yay! We ended last stream at like 1997 or something. So, I think I'm able to see here. Lost Cheese Bagel. Probably not on stream. But they were the 2,000 follower. Lost Cheese Bagel. If you're watching the VOD or if you're somehow here, congratulations. Very happy for you. Anyways, so I have a couple of ideas for stream today, and we're just kind of gonna go on vibes on how much of it we'll actually do today and how much we'll do for other streams. But yeah. Anyways. Stalling. Brutal. No. Alright, my bad. Physical below 2.2, that's a fucking... It's not Sushang. Luca. Ooh. Wait, I'm kind of cracked. Got in 2. Sheesh. One time when I was playing House... Oh wait, we've gotten this one before. It's Clara. Easy. Wait. This is going to be the fastest stalling in the world. Daily ability? That's, fuck. It's what, like Rame? No, that's... Fushuan? What the fuck is that? I do not know. Fucking... I don't know, ratio? Oh, is it Bailu? Okay, easy. Emoji. Hand. Hand? Hand. Hand? Wait, who the fuck uses it? I'm thinking like dial in. It's like, no, that's the wrong game. Hand. Oh, like Lightning Lord's big hand? No, that would not be his first guess. Luca's arm, maybe? Sure, maybe it's Luca. I didn't even press Luca. Okay, but it's not Luca. Fuck. Swan. Oh, it's just fucking Black Swan. Oh, because of her ultimate. Okay, yeah. Alright, my bad. my bad. Alright, little. B-A-G. Nope. Fuck. Oh, 12. You know what? Better than last time. I can't complain too much. Alright, but look at this though. 54 streak, and I only do this on streams. That's 54 streams. Holy shit. I'm kind of cracked. Alright, so, boom. So, as a backstory, I did a stream. I've done 2 streams actually, but I did a stream, I think 8 months ago. 8 or 9 months ago. Doing a tier list for every patch. So, I recreated it because I deleted it since then. This is what it looked like at the end of the stream. So I have every other patch. Oh, they're not in order. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So here's every other patch. We could just add them into the tier list, or we could also just fix everything that's currently in the tier list, because I feel like most, if not everyone from chat, was not from the original stream, because I was, like, a while ago. It was during 3.2, I think. So, yeah, we have this idea, and then I have another tier list idea. I'm a big tier list guy, what can I say? Stand by your opinions? I mean, okay, but this is like past me opinions. I was there. Hello, Orton. This is past me opinions. I'm looking at it, and there's some things I don't necessarily agree with. I think 3.1 and 3.2 are a bit too high. I'll say that. Really feeling the 3.8 patch now? Yeah, I feel I feel like it's really easy to rate 3.8 despite us only being like fucking 3 days into it. Wood ants needs to be higher. I do kind of agree. Wait, is that 2.4 or 2.5? I think it's 2.4, right? Well, it was like both of them. Yeah, we can go through it. We can go through it. I also loud earlier today because Night 3 genuinely made me rage. Dude, you do not know how, like, tilting Night 2 is without using break. Dude, it sucks. I fucking hate it, dude. Okay, I might get into that today as well. 2.2 and 2.5, yeah. I can put 2.4 up to A. I think the War Dance was a pretty fun event. I think during the stream, from what I remember, I kind of was a bit sour on it, but I think it was pretty solid. Night 3 is the real king. I think Night 3 is kind of okay. Well, okay, I use my E0 S0 fine on, and I'm fine on. But without that, it's probably hell. Night 2 I did Sustainless Archer. Dude, I cannot make Sustainless Archer work Night 2. I don't know what the fuck you did. I can't make it work. Easy with my E6 Archer. Okay, my bad. My bad. Alright. So I do also have the wiki here, so we can look at what each patch has. Do we need... Okay, are there any pressing things that you're looking at this, and you're like, what the fuck were you thinking 8 months ago, Mr. I Was Bag? Because I feel like the bottom, like, 5 are pretty fair. I think 1.1 to 1.3 were kind of sleeper, 2.6 was bad, and 2.7 had barely anything in it. I feel like these are pretty solid. I think everything past that is like, make a lower tier? What? I don't think we need to. Also, wait, do I have the right playlist on? Yeah, I do. I think D is fine. I don't think there's any patch that's like F tier. 2.6S? Yeah. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, how about we put 3.3 to 2.8 in, and then we go from there. I'm down for that. So 3.3, I have the wiki up. I'm kind of surprised at how little there was. I think when you think of 3.3, you think of Porpoise, and I think that part, like that second half of 3.3 when everything's going to shit and like everyone's dying and you're with Final at the end of things, was really fucking good. I think the story in 3.3 and 3.4 was the peak of Amphoius, so it's gonna get a lot of points for that. I think besides that, it's kind of whatever. It didn't really have any events. Had the best beta. Okay, yeah. It did have the Cypher beta, but that was technically during 3.2, was the 3.3 beta. 3.3 was my favorite story patch in HSR. That's a very fair opinion. Definitely a lore skipper. I'm in agreement with you guys. What the fuck? What do you mean? Alright, but like for events, there was the baseball thing. I did this on stream and it was very sleeper. It was a combat event, so that's points, but it wasn't a really fun combat event. This is like a part 2 to a previous event, I think. I think both of them were kind of whatever. And then besides that, yeah, there was the fucking racing game that took like half an hour. And I think that was literally it. So it was a really good story, really mid events, and no other real thing that was added to the game that was like, whoa. Like usually I think what we decided for these tiers is like to get to the higher echelons, you need to like actually add something besides just a good story. Racing game was peak. I feel like it was just really short, and there wasn't a multiplayer to it. You just were against bots. Racing game A tier. Oh, I didn't know there was any love at all for the racing game. Actually, maybe that's my own personal biases. My bad. It was okay. Racing was ass. Okay, so I also saw someone say 3.1, 3.2 are too high. I kind of agree. I think 1.0 and 2.0 should be higher than like any of these other. Like it should be like this, and then like this. Maybe like this. Yeah, that looks better to me. Maybe I just did like 5 separate changes. I like the racing. Damn, I didn't think that would be a factor for anyone. I think, yeah, and there was nothing else. I don't think there were any like other mechanics added. Yeah, new content for As I've Written. Wow. Yeah, I think we're mostly just ranking it off of the story, and for that, I think it gets a solid, I don't know. I think it's above 3.1. It's like here. Honestly, yeah, this. 3.3 added Warrior Goddess. Wait, true. Wait. How can I forget? Wait, that's like actually like unironically true. Wait. Alright, that might bump it up a little bit. I can't lie. Is that fair at all? No. I can't say it's better than the launch of the game. Maybe like 1.0 should be up. Like here. I think that's fair. Best Employees patch out of the initial 4, but still not too high from the upper echelons. I think that's a good place for 3.3. There just wasn't really much actual content. I think the story was really good though. Yeah. And I like the new units. I still think the Cypher is one of the most well-designed units in terms of like game feel. Like I think her ult and her coin accumulage shit is really cool. Like I like her kit design a lot, regardless of actual meta relevancy. Yeah, the story was really good. I think that's really all you can say about 3.3. But that carries it. It carries it above the other Penacony patches. I'll say that much. Besides that, yeah, not much else to say. 3.4, on the other hand, had a lot going on. Also a really good story. Arguably better, if not on par, I would say. But also it had the fake collab. It also had like a bunch of spending event shit for Finon. We had free Archer, free-ish Archer Lycone, and then the entire Fate event collab thing. Now, the fake collab story was fucking dog shit. I don't think you need me to tell you that. It has its fans. I'm not one of them. I will say I haven't watched Fate, so all of the fan service for it doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm not the target audience for it. I will say that. I think everything else with the Fate event was actually pretty good. I think the actual combat event was pretty decent, all things considered. I think both of the units are really cool. I think having a free Archer was really cool. Yeah, I don't know. What was the actual events besides that? Were there any? Oh yeah, they brought back Origami Bird. Wow. Yeah. Hooray. Yeah, it was mainly just this. Fan service was like place mentioned, character mentioned. Am I in Britain? What the? Oh yeah, oh, it also added the new Battle Pass Lycones. Oh, I forgot that was in 3.4. 3.4 is always very special in my heart because I think it was really when my channel started to pop off was in June. I went from like 12 to 20k in like 1 month. Those were the good old days. Because there was so much to fucking cover with this patch. It was hell. It was so much work, but it was very worth it. So it has a soft spot in my heart for that. I think in terms of actual content, it's okay. I could see it being above 3.3. I think it has like at the very least equal story and better content. So it's above 3.3. I think that's a fair place to put it. Oh, the character buffs. True. Also the character buffs. Wait, where is that in this? Does it say that? Oh yeah, Nova Flare. Yeah, also the character buffs. I mean, okay. I don't really think Blade and Jingliu's buffs were that sufficient in making them that much more mainstays in the meta long term. But at least Kafka and Silverwolf are pretty substantial, even in the meta now. AKA the Kafka buff. Okay, Silverwolf is good too. Let's not slander. Yeah, I think good content, free Archer, character buffs, cool new characters, good story. It should go pretty high. I think like here. Or is it S? Honestly, I think 1.0 should be S. I don't know what past me was thinking. I think 1.0 should be S. Nah, I think top of A makes sense. It's S. Top of A or S? Yeah, I think it's like bottom S, top A. I don't know. Like these patches just have like a problem of just not having much to do. Like there was a lot that we got in this patch, but like I don't know. Story makes it S. That's fair. I'd say out of everything in S, it has a better story than all of them. Yeah. I mean, we can change it. We can change it. This isn't. We're not saying this in stone. I think it's fair to say an S. 3.39 S. It just didn't really have any content besides the good story. The good story is carrying it into A. So, I mean, we can put it higher maybe. We'll suss it out. We'll suss it out. When is bag moving 2.6 to S? Here, I'll do this. And then I'll put it back. How's that? Did I just move this? I just moved this up. Oh shit, I messed everything up. Oh no, the bit was not worth it. Shit. What did I just do? Fuck. It was like this. Right? Yeah, it was like this. Extra points for Port? Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think this is fair. I think this is fair. Oh wait, I didn't even put it in the tier list. Oops. And then 3.5. What even happened in 3.5? I actually forget. Was there anything interesting? Oh, this was a pretty decent event. The restaurant event. This was okay. F? Wait, what else happened in this? I didn't like the story that much. I don't think it was bad, but it's definitely a step down from the previous two patches. Oh, then there was the brewing event. This was okay. It wasn't bad. And then, yeah, who cares about this? Okay, so very mid events. Yeah, it was the Lygus boss fight. Yeah. I mean... Yeah. Literally just Fontaine. Yeah, there really wasn't much in this, huh? There was an event like cone that like no one ever fucking uses because if you're not using her signature, you're probably running DDD on Sarija, but like it's still good. It's whatever. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like it's not an exciting event like cone like tutorial is. Yeah, this one's probably gonna go kind of low. Is it C? I don't think it's okay. I think 1.3 should go there, and this can go there. I think that's kind of fair. There was really just nothing. Yeah, I think it's similar to 2.3. Like the event was kind of okay, but the story was kind of whatever. Maybe like this. Yeah. Added the dot fishes. Why is 1.3 so low? I didn't really like the story. I mean, I think the early patches kind of had a rough start. I remember that being a thing back in Star Rail's infancy, where people were like, "Wow, like this game is not really keeping the momentum after 1.0, huh?" And I think it did eventually fix that, but it did take a little bit. Added the jellyfish. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but chat did. Yeah. It's the girlfriends patch. I don't really have much of an opinion. Is it above 3.0? I don't think it is. Maybe the story is, but I think just pure content-wise, no. Yeah, no. I think here's a good place for it. Above 2.3, below 3.0. That feels about right. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty fair. Also, I'm biased against it because my 3.5 coverage is what got copyright struck, so fuck this patch, actually. Okay, here's the big one. Well, okay, one of two big ones. 3.6. First of all, free dipped. Kinda nice. Second of all, where is it? Anomaly arbitration. I think anomaly arbitration, in terms of the long-term health for this game, is probably the biggest thing that all of Emporius added in general, probably more than the Remembrance Path. Uh, and I have very mixed feelings about it. There's some things that I really like, and some things that I really don't like about Anomaly Arbitration. So it's really hard for me to really rank it. I don't know. I think the story was an improvement over 3.5. I think that's pretty easy to say. Mostly just because it's easier to care about March and Don Hung, because we have a connection to them past just this patch. A decent A. The highs are high and the lows are so damn low. That's a good way to phrase this patch. I think a free sustain that felt necessary because of Anomaly Arbitration was really cool. Like, I feel like they raised the ceiling of how much damage tanking you need on your account, and then they gave you a free solution that didn't need vertical investment. It's like, that's cool. Like, I mean, it's kind of pointless at that point, but like, like they add the dipped shill boss, and then they just give you dipped. It's like, okay, like, cool. Third best story patch in Emphoyas. I mean, I think whatever is third, there's a massive gap from the first two. I think the story was pretty okay. I liked it, but like, you can hear how hard it is for me to say that. But it gets a lot of brownie points. What were the events? Oh, I didn't like this one. It's cute, but I did not like this one as much as the restaurant one. I'll say that. This was just reruns. Oh yeah, this. I think I did this on stream, didn't I? Did I actually? I think I did some of it on stream, and then I didn't finish it because I'm like, yeah, this is kind of whatever. There was a good amount of events, I guess, for Emphoria standards. Drama's event was peak. I feel like every time I show any event, there's gonna be someone in chat that was like, this was my favorite event in the entire game. Like, statistically, like, you know. Yeah, I think... I'll thank you, Licia, for the follow. I think there's a lot going for this patch. I think most of where I'm going to rate it ultimately depends on Anomaly Arbitration, but it does get points. A bit of points for the story, a lot of points for giving up free dipped. I think baseline is like mid-A. I think how you're going to rate it is how you feel about Anomaly Arbitration. For me... oh gosh. I need a drink. What the hell? My voice is strained and I'm 20 minutes in the stream. For me, I like having a higher ceiling of endgame to strive for. I think having this like I think having endgame where it's like, if you care about it, you're probably going to clear it if you play every day and you know what the meta is like. Like, I have never struggled once to actually clear the base 3 endgame modes. And obviously, I have a fucking YouTube channel, like, I'm pretty well invested into this game. So I'm not the layman here, but I do feel like most of the meta talk isn't about getting 10 cycles in MOC or 60k in pure fiction. You know, it's about getting closer to the higher peak of those modes. So I feel like Anomaly Arbitration is more... It gives you more incentive to actually do something with your account instead of just getting by with patch per patch shilling, which I think is kind of cool, but it also then leads to more spending, which I don't like. I think ultimately what sours me a bit with Anomaly Arbitration is just how shield the fights are. Because it kind of does feel like, oh, like, this is the check for if you have this comp, or you can brute force it if you have a high cost team. And it's like, I kind of wish it wasn't like that. I wish there was a bit more flexibility with what teams you can use. Because, yeah, it feels a bit weird. It's been very satisfying to be able to clear, but then not clearing feels like there's nothing you can really do about it. Which, I guess that's kind of inevitable for a turn-based game, that there's only so much skill expression you can do before you have to spend. But it is like, I don't know. I think it's overall unhealthy for the game with how they've implemented it, mostly just in how strict it is for what you need to have on your account in order to clear. Although I guess I'm mostly talking about 3.8 Anomaly Arbitration. I feel like the last two were kind of okay, at least in the Knights, not the Kings. So I'm not sure how much that should go into 3.6's rating. I can't clear Anomaly Arbitration at all, and I feel like Like, characters are pretty well built. Yeah, it's not like when I do account reviews, it's not like, oh, you can't clear anomaly arbitration, that means your account is bad. It's probably just like, oh, you don't have the teams for this, so you're not going to be able to clear it, unless if you're well invested into. And it's like, well, like, why does that fucking matter, though? Like, that shouldn't be an indication for an account strength, in my opinion. So, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I think it's going to get worse in 4.0, so I'm kind of tiptoeing around giving like a full it's good or it's bad. I feel like we need a good decent sample size of patches, and so far we only have 3. Right now I'm mixed on it. I think overall I like that it's in the game. I just wish it was better implemented, I guess is the way to say it. So I think I can go like here. Above 3.3. I think above 3.3. If nothing else, just for giving us a free dipped. It gets a lot of brownie points for that. Yeah. I think that's fair. It does feel a bit high. Maybe. Yeah. I feel like it's fine. Alright. And then the big one, but the other way, we have 3.7, which the story is something, I'll say that. I think it gets infinite brownie points just for currency wars, though. Like, it probably goes into S just for that. Like, because look at what S tier is right now. 1.4 is only there because of Ethereum Wars. 1.6 is only there because of the fucking Simulated Universe expansion and Free Run May. And I forget why 2.1 is up there. Just the story, I guess. 3.7 did not have the best story, at least in my opinion, but it does have Currency Wars. And Currency Wars does have its issues. I know some of them were addressed this patch. I haven't played it much this patch with those balance changes. But I know it does have, like, once you get into the weeds of the higher difficulties, it is a bit restrictive on, like, what you can actually do to clear, which is kind of annoying. But that being said, I think the base gameplay loop of it is still really fucking fun. So, if anything, I feel like we just need to adjust the S tier, because I feel like these top 3 are kind of sus. I don't know. Why is 1.6 so high? Like, it gave the free oh no, it didn't give free Von May. It gave the free ratio. Free Von May was fucking 10 patches later. It gave the free ratio, and then what did 1.6 have? am I don't want to go all the way back here. Swarm Disaster was really restrictive. Swarm Disaster wasn't 1.6, was it? Yeah, it had Golden Gears. Or it had one of the expansions. Does that put it to fucking S? I feel like it should go lower, no? I feel like 2.1... Is it the best patch in Star Rail? What is the best patch in Star Rail? I don't know. Why is 1.4 there? Yeah, Ethereum Wars. Shall I get E1 Dahlia, currently E0 S1, or pour one more Fugue for E2, currently E1 S0? Who's your carry? I'd say they're both good options, but I think the question is who is the person you're pulling for. I would say E2 Fugue is easier to recommend because it's later in the patch, so you know what pulls you're working with. Booty Hill, ooh, that's hard. E1 Dahlia or E2 Fugue? I would probably say E2 Fugue, but they're both really fucking good. Yeah, I would say E2 Fugue overall. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I fully agree with that. I would say don't take my word as gospel for that, but I would say E2 Fugue. What is the best patch? I don't feel like it's 2.1. Is it 2.1? I feel like the overall opinion of Penaconi's story has definitely soured since we've done this first tier list. I mean, that's why 2.8 exists. What events were in 2.1? I don't know. Are we going all the way back? What did 2.1 do to be placed at the top of this tier list fucking almost a year ago? Let's rewind the clock. Let's rewind. Like, it had a cool story, I guess. I feel like when people don't like the Penacony story, it's usually 2.2 and 2.3. It added Gallagher. Oh, was this the 1 year anniversary? Yeah, so it had like extra polls and it had like the anniversary event, I guess. This cannot be an optimal way of getting to it. I just don't want to look it up, dude. I forget what this was. Oh, it had. Oh, I didn't like this event. Yeah, why the fuck was this at the top? I think S tier is charitable. I don't know if number 1 makes sense. But then what is number 1? Are we just saying the launch of the game is number 1? I feel like that's kind of boring. I feel like that's kind of boring to say. I feel like 2.1 goes down, though. Also had the board game event. Yeah, I think the board game event was kind of mid. I mean, it wasn't bad, but... I like the bartending event. It had Shiobon. Okay, that's fair. I thought it felt very slow. Launch definitely isn't number 1, but I don't know what was. Like, I feel like it's hard to say this is the best patch in HSR, you know? Like, saying that conclusively about any given patch feels weird. Is it 3.4? No, it's not 3.4. And I don't think it's 3.7. Is it 3.4? I don't know. This feels wrong. This feels wrong. Cooked list? Okay, why don't we just fucking... I'll make a duplicate of the page. Oh, I have to fucking... Oops, I forgot it was a one-time use page. But I can just do... Whoop! Boop. Wait, where are they? Hello? What the fuck? Why are you not working? Hello? Okay, I wanted to like make a duplicate without resetting it, but it's not letting me for some fucking reason. Like if I just add this, yeah, there. Can I do that with all of them, please? Please, tier list maker? What the fuck? Hello, am I going to have to add them one at a time? No. There's no fucking way. Bro. No, if I do this, it should work. Okay, there we go. Jesus. Okay, I think I'm missing 2.8. I think we're missing some of them, actually. Dude, it's not in order. Boop. Boop. This was 2.0. 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. We've already done a stream on this, so I don't want to go through like everything, but I am down to like just reformat it real quick because I'm finding myself disagreeing with what I was saying a lot the more I look at it. Doop, boop, boop. Oh, we're missing 3.5 and 6. How did that happen? There. Alright, easy. Alright. And it's the same tiers. Yeah, okay. 1.0 is S, easy. 1.1 is D, easy. 1.2 is C, easy. 1.0 was the launch of the game. I think it's pretty easy to say that's peak, just for how much it added. I think the baseline of the game, including the entire Girello 6 story arc, was really fucking good. I think there's a reason why people got hooked. There were a lot of problems, probably more than we remember because of the small quality of life changes that we've gotten over the last 2 years, 2.5 years or whatever. But I feel like 1.0 S makes sense. 1.1 didn't have like any story continuance, and the events were kind of mid, and it didn't really have anything going on. I think it was a really filler patch because they knew that a lot of people were still working through the 1.0 content. But that means there wasn't really much to do. But it added tutorials, so that's cool. 1.2 was the conclusion to the 1.0 story with the Shensho, and it was kind of mid, and I didn't really like it. And it didn't really do anything else past that. 1.3 was also... Okay, so 1.2 wasn't the end. Wait, do we have this in B? No, we haven't... Yeah, we haven't in C. 1.3, also kind of mid. It was just the epilogue to the 1.2 story because apparently that couldn't be put in 1.2. It just had to have its own separate patch for that. We had an entire funeral for Ting Yun. and then that got reversed 15 patches later. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess we could go through. I shouldn't really memorize every single event in the game, but I don't think there was really much in these early patches that would really dictate anything. I guess it was cool that there used to be 4-stars in the game back then. Yeah, I had the Orem Alley event, which was okay. Wasn't that great, but it wasn't bad. And that was like the only event. Yeah, that was like the only event. But it added other stuff. It had companion missions back when those were a thing. And it added Swarm Disaster. Titus Larson, thank you for follow. Yeah, it added Swarm Disaster. That's pretty big, actually. Maybe I should go into B. B for Swarm Disaster? And it introduced Scott. True. Wait, yeah, okay. See, first update to the tier list, 1.3 goes into B tier. For Swarm Disaster. Actually, maybe I should go higher. Should I go higher? For Swarm Disaster? I feel like Swarm Disaster was pretty good, no? It's been so long since I played it. Like, it has a very mid-story but good events. I feel like other patches have gone into A tier for that. Yeah, you know what? I like Swarm Disaster. This can go, like, bottom A. Yeah. 1.4 had fucking Ethereum Wars S tier, but below 1.0. I think that's pretty easy. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to say. It didn't, like, I think the Topaz story in Urilla was kind of whatever. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't the most insane thing. But it had one of my favorite events in the entire game. Goated event. Ethereum Wars is awful. I am shocked every time I hear someone have that opinion. And I hear it more than I would think. I love Ethereum Wars. I thought it was amazing. No way you like Ethereum Wars? What the fuck is happening? No. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm polling this. Did you like Ethereum Wars? And I'll say yes, no, or I didn't play it. Start poll on YouTube, and then I'll do it on Twitch as well. I need to see. I need to see. New poll. Did you like Ethereum? Yes, no. I'll do a 3-minute poll. Thank you. Oh wait, I can't see your name. Calix Boy for the follow. No, 52%? That's fucking crazy. Okay, well, you guys would put 1.4 different then. That's insane. Oh, wait, can I vote? I can't even vote in my own poll. Shit. Okay, my bad. I thought this was a universally loved event. Alright, we can drop it. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mean to be an asshole, but this is my tier list. But at the end of the day, also, 2 end of the days, I can drop it. Oh, thank you, MB Scoops, for giving a gifted sub to Emporium Guy. Thank you so much. Goated. Do you have any say in this, MB Scoops? what's your Ethereum Wars take? I'm a 1.0 player, but I still haven't finished Ethereum Wars. Alright, it is a very long event, but that's kind of what I want out of an event if I like it. You know, like, I feel like most events in this game take a couple hours, and they're supposed to last you like fucking 4 weeks. And it's like, that's impossible. So I feel like this event like had enough meat to it that I enjoyed it, you know? I don't know. And introduced Gwenaifen. Wait, it introduced Gwenaifen? Did it? I don't remember that. Yeah, this was her patch, right? 1.4? Yeah. I didn't remember the event introducing her, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Didn't 1.5 introduce her? Okay, whatever. The sex alarm patch. Oh, I guess she is there in the background. Alright, I'm going to put it top A for now. That's my bias. 1.5. 1.5 had the like Persona event where you're hanging out with the ghost crew of Hanya, Woho, Su Shang and fucking Gleniphan, and it was okay. It was also pretty long, but like this was back in the day where like the events had a lot of meat to them, which made it like intimidating to clear, but it did give a good amount of content, which I think the later patches have kind of suffered with not having. Yeah, I think the squad had really good vibes. I think the story was just kind of a lead up to the event, but I mean, it was also okay. Yeah, it was a good event. I feel like there's not really much past that. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. This is like the third time we've gone through every patch for stream content. But you know what? I forget everything when it takes 8 months in between streams, so it's fine. Did the ghost hunting event even have gameplay? Yeah, it had gameplay. It had like a unique fight gimmick where you had to like use your ults in a specific way or something. Oh, the poll ended in a tie on Twitch, and it's also 51% yes, 40% no on YouTube, with 9% on I didn't play it. We should do this at the end of 4.8. Yeah, I think this should be a yearly patch thing. I did this in 3.2 for some reason, so I'm doing it now in 3.8. Yeah, Simulated Universe World 8 was added. Hooray! What was even in there? Is that Izumo? Wait, what's World 8? I actually forget. Where does it say it? Oh no, it's Penacony and fucking Glamoth. Oh, my bad. Well, who's that even for? Who came out this patch? Nobody uses that. Okay, whatever. This goes A. I think here is pretty fair. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Do it every end of year. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Also, I think 1.5 deserves to be there. 1.6 gave free ratio, and also that's why it was so high. It introduced pure fiction. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, fair. I get it. I like pure fiction. I mean, obviously, it deserved the rework that I got in like 2.6 or whenever that was, 2.7. Gave us Ranmei. No, I was wrong about that. It gave her a ratio. The free Ranmei was when the story got added in like whenever that was, 3.3. Yeah, it added pure fiction. It is kind of weird that for the entire, like, up until now, the only endgame was MOC. And even then, it only went up to floor 10. Not that it made that much of a difference, but, like, still. PF was too easy when it first came out. I think that's fair, though. I think introducing a new concept for an endgame and having it be easy so it's easy to understand. Because I think that's also what happened with the reworked pure fiction, is that the first, like, 2 iterations were, like, extremely easy. Yeah, I like pure fiction. I think I like it more than most people. I've watched, like I think Waveman has it as like his least favorite. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do enjoy it, I think, more than most people. But I do think also, kind of like with Anomaly Arbitration, I think I like it in the game. Like, regardless of how much I think it was implemented, like how well I think it was implemented, I'm glad that it was implemented in the first place, I guess is the way to say it. And Golden Gears? Yeah, wait, did it do that? Where is Golden Gears? Events. Where fucking Control F. Gold. Nope. Control F. Gold. And yeah, here. Golden Gears. Okay, so added Golden Gears, added Pure Fiction. Oh, it's right here. Literally right here. I'm just blind. Okay. Add PF, Golden Gears, gave a free ratio. The story was okay, like it wasn't bad. It added Shui. I've actually really enjoyed using Shui with my Dahlia from in between this stream and last stream. Okay, yeah, it deserves to be S. But I think low S. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it added a good amount for the game. What I really value for a patch is like adding long-term stuff for the game. Like either new endgame stuff or just new repeatable content or just something that like actually impacts the overall health of the game. I think you can have a debate on if Pure Fiction was a good addition to the game. I personally like it, so it rates pretty high for me. And Golden Gears was good, yeah. It's not repeatable, but it's a good amount of content. Which not every patch has. In fact, most patches don't have that, so. 2.0 was cool. I think it had really good vibes. I think, again, the Penacony story is probably not as fondly remembered as it was when we were currently in it. Like, I remember people really liking it as it was coming out, and maybe by the end of 2.3, people soured on it a bit more, which is fair. So, but I think, yeah, I don't know. What did 2.0 actually add besides just all of Penacony? I don't think it added, like, I don't know, quicken hand for relics. Wow. Penacony was great until we started getting the reveals. Yeah, like back when we didn't know anything. It added a bunch of new enemies, I guess. It added the new 4-star Lycones, which like nobody uses any of them. I use what is real on my Gallagher, I guess, when I'm not using Quo. And this is okay. Yeah, whatever. I think 2.0's vibes are what carries it. I don't even think, in retrospect, the story was that amazing. I really like the 2.0 cast. Like, I like the Penacony cast. I think it's like here. Yeah, I think it's like here. I don't really... can I place it higher? No. I don't think I can. 2.1 was the #1 event, or patch, in our last tier list. Why is 1.5 so high? People like the event, and I like the event. I mean, we can do this. I like it. I use Final Victor on my Topaz. Oh yeah, Final Victor is good on Topaz, I forgot. Although, you might be able to get the fucking signature if you buy battle passes, which you don't need to do, but maybe. That's what I'm gonna do next patch. Woo! 2.1 had a really cool story. Again, like the first half of Penacony back when we didn't understand things was really cool. Can you make a template in Tier Maker for other people to make this? I can. This is not one. I did a one-time thing, but I can do that and post it on my Discord. Added World 9 of Simulated Universe. Holy shit! Wow. Yeah. I don't know. What did this patch do to justify being #1? Yeah, I think Aventurine stuff in this patch was really fucking good. I think it even holds up now. Yeah, the Gallagher cutscene at the end of 2.1. Like, in a vacuum by itself, I think it was really solid. I think 2.2 and 2.3 kind of sour it a little bit, but I think by itself, it's really fucking good. Vorkera, I think they follow. Increased relic inventory to 2k. Yeah, okay, but that's not S tier. You know, whatever. Like, that's not going to get you into the S tier. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it had a good story, but like, so did 3.3, and we didn't place that high last time. I think to be in the S tier, you need like a good story. Like, you need like 2 things going for you. Like, 1.6 has Free Run May, Pure Fiction, and Golden Gears. Like, that's a lot going for you. 1.0 has like 1,000 things going for it because it's the launch of the game. Like, Ethereum, like 1.4 only has like Ethereum Wars. Like, nothing else is S tier level, you know? 1.3 only has Swarm Disaster. Free Run May. Fuck, I mean Free Ratio. I look at Ron May here, it's like, whatever. Fuck you. So I think 2.1 deserves to be A. I think it has a really good story for what it is. But beyond that, I think the anniversary stuff was like okay, but like not exciting, I guess is the word for it. Like, I'm not like, oh boy, the 2.1 anniversary events. I can't wait to play the board game event every day for like a month. Hooray! Like, eh. Yeah, this was okay. Yeah, I think top of A makes sense. I want to watch back the previous stream. Like, what was our logic to put to put this shit in S tier? I don't know. Like, it's not bad. I'm putting it high A, but like, eh. I like the anniversary roundup. That's true, but eh. That's like free points. Like, it would be weird if a gacha game didn't do that, you know? Alright. 2.2. It was S tier because of entry and ratio yaoi. True, yeah. True. 2.2 introduced Boot Hill. Woo! Yay! And also HMC is cool as a free unit, I guess. But the story, I mean, there's a reason why they made a conscious effort to make Emporius like more than twice as long as Penacony, because I feel like a lot of stuff was really rushed here. And it was also enough plot holes, or not plot holes, but just gaps to have an entire other patch just to fill them. Which, like, yeah, that's not a good sign. That's not great. I think the ending feels really cool while you're playing it. Like, I think Robin's final song while you're throwing a train at Sunday, it works well in the moment. Other than that, I don't know, what else did it do? Like, oh, I didn't like this event at all. It gave all about Boo Hill ... True? True? Question mark? Question mark, exclamation point. Thank you, Bunny Hunter 102 for the follow. 2.2 is because we ram a train into Sunday. Yeah, that's the peak of the patch, I guess. Yeah, honestly, this is like B. Where did we put it originally? We put it like mid A. Yeah, I think it's high B. I don't know. I don't really feel much about it. I think it has some pretty good content in it, but like, eh. I also feel like the end of Penacony originally was a very long and drawn out. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Eh. Yeah, I think B is fine. I think B is fine for it. I like it more than 1.2. I'll say that much. Yeah. I think that's fair. 2.3. I think people really don't like the story in this patch, and I kind of agree. I like Jade. I like how they wrote Jade, at least. But yeah. But it does win a lot of points for Origami Bird Clash. This is a good event. Top 5 event. True. 2.3 had Divergent Universe. Oh, did it? Fuck. Yeah. And APOC. It also added APOC. Yeah, so it added Divergent Universe and it added APOC. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. I like APOC. I think most people like APOC. And yeah, not having to do an entire Simulated Universe run every week. Well, okay, but you do. But like for the fucking, I don't know, what was the real upgrade from Divergent Universe from what we had before? It's just that you had to have a save file if you're farming planers. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Yeah, besides that, it's like there's not much here. But there is a lot. It's like there's so much here, but then like I don't care about the story that much, and like I don't know. It's like I feel like the story the new stuff added is like S, but then everything else is like I genuinely feel nothing about it. You know, like I don't know. If we're putting 1.6 in S for Golden Gears and Pure Fiction, should 2.3 be an S for APOC and Divergent Universe? Like these are basically the same thing. But I don't feel like it's S, you know? I feel like it's not. Like, I can't really articulate why, but it doesn't feel right. I don't know. I feel like most people like APOC more than Pure Fiction. Fucking, yeah, it's like here. 1.6 had free ratio? Oh, true. Not free Ron May, mind you. Also, I've said before, like, this area, 2.3 to 2.4, is very nostalgic for me because it's when I started making content back on TikTok. I think Jade was one of the first units that I did like a pull priority for back in the day. Back in the good old days. June 2024. Sparkle Doll was 2.3, yeah. 2.4 was War Dance. And it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. It was okay. I think people are really big on the actual War Dance event. Oh, was that this patch or next patch? Oh no, that's 2.5. This is the Hunt March event. Yeah. This is the Hunt March patch. That's 2.5 is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like Hunt March. She's cool. I can't really say much beyond that. Well, yeah, this was like the first half of the Hule storyline, and I really like Hule. I'm a big Hule fan before they put him in endgame like 20 times. Scott came back. Oh, true. I think the actual Hunt March event was kind of whatever. It was like the stat one where you had to like plan her day out or something. I forget. They never show pictures in the fandom wiki. I don't know why. Hule was well paced. Yeah, I like the story, I guess. The events were mid. The events were kind of whatever. They didn't really add anything else. Yeah. Remembrance testing event. I mean, is that even true? People say that, but like, what was this the Remembrance testing event? Because I don't feel like it was. Was it? Like, people say that all the time, and I don't really see where they're coming from. It was? Like, how? Like describe it to me, because I don't really see it. Hule is a good antagonist, but get him the hell out of endgame. I mean, okay, I'm fine with him, but like, whatever. You did stuff with your on field, then the summon would follow up with its own effect. But like, is that not just like what summons are in the game, like already, like with Lightning Lord and Numby? Like, I don't remember. Like, okay, I haven't played it since it came out, so I don't really remember, but like, whatever. You summon guys on your side of the field. Okay, I guess that's fair enough. Also, this was next patch was my favorite story thing. Yeah, this was just like part 1 to what I feel is a stronger part 2, so I don't really feel too strongly about it. I feel like 2.5 is the better War Dance patch. And it didn't really add that much besides that, so I'm down for like a high B. Yeah, you agree, high B. Maybe very low A. I like it. It's not bad, but there's not really anything in it that's making me scream A. Maybe I guess Hot March is cool. Yeah, I don't know. 2.5 is really good. Gave us our last 4-star with Mose. Yeah, I think the War Dance event was pretty fucking good. I remember not being too big on it, like when I was remembering it the first time, but then I was able to reflect. Yeah, this was good. It had Boot Hill in it, briefly. And yeah, Luca is the actual star of the show. I did also like Yenching in it as well. It gave us our first pet. Wow. Everyone loves Tuskpier, my favorite. And then the actual 2.5 quest, not the event, was also really fucking good. Like, I remember actually being on the edge of my seat, which I have not felt since, even though I've liked other story quests. Maybe like end of 3.3 is the closest it's gotten to this patch. I really like the story. Like the part where you play as Jiaosho and you get people killed by trying to ask for help, and it's like an actual choice of whether you do it or not. Like, that was good. I fucking like that. That's like the only time that Starro has ever made me like sit up in my seat and be like, oh shit. What did Linkshot even do? I don't fucking know, dude. You know what? True. I couldn't tell you. She likes perfume, dude. She inspected a box. Yeah. Hey, I know her Lycone signature is Sent Alone Stays True. Look. See? I remember the signature name. I know that. True. Child thing to follow. I don't know how to say the first half of your name. I apologize. It had the last 4-star. Yeah. I mean, does that count much? I feel like that's more of a negative to the game rather than a positive for the patch. Yeah, okay. It's definitely like high A. Is it S? Is it S, chat? I feel like it could be low S. High A, low S is what I'm feeling. I think it's funny how like different this tier list is to the last time we did this. Yeah, I'm feeling low S. A sounds pretty right. Yeah, it didn't really do much. Like, again, like, long-term affects the game shit is what I like. In fact, I'm gonna move 2.3 up because of that, because of APOC. Like, even though the rest of the patch was kind of whatever, it had APOC, and I like that. 2.5, it had a really good story. The event was really good. But besides that, it didn't really do much. Top of A. I actually can't decide at all. I guess I'll put it top A for now, and we'll see at the end of the list. Snacksbox, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you so much. Ain't no way 2.3 above 2.1. It added APOC, dude. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. There's no other reason. Okay, fine. 2.1 had a better story. Whatever. It can be here. It added APOC and Divergent Universe. Wow. Yeah. It was good, but not anything for the game long term. Although that is like arbitrary for like being the only reason it's out of S, I guess. 2.1 also gave Pure Fiction? No, it was 1.6. 2.1... When was the Pure Fiction rework? When was that? That was was that 3.1? Or was that before 3.0? I actually forget when the rework was. 2.7. Okay, I forgot. 2.6 is a pretty easy one. And then 2.7, yeah, I mean, okay, like, I don't want to spend too much time on this, because again, I've already done an entire stream talking about this. 2.6, I didn't like the story. I'm not the biggest fan of Rappa. It added boot hole stuff that I liked, but that, yeah, I don't. I also think the event is probably the worst one in the game. The fucking, what is it? This shit, I did not like at all. This was a slog to get through. I did not like this event at all, dude. I did not like it. 2.6 was incredible. Oh shit, we have a 2.6 liker in the chat. Oh no. I will say least favorite event in the entire game, probably. Unless if there was one in Amphoreus I'm forgetting. I fucking hated this event. Other than that, it didn't add anything to the game. Which, I mean, most patches don't, but like, you know, whatever. I didn't like the story. Like, okay, this is personal biases. This is like, I didn't like it. Which is like hard to like convince you if you do like it, because then we're just, you know, I'm not, like, I'm rating it because I don't like it, you would rate it higher because you do like it. Like, there's no real back and forth there. 2.6 had boot hole lore. Okay, true. I know what you're trying to do, and it might work, but no, I thoroughly did not like 2.6. Rappa's character was good. We're gonna get into this again. Look, I don't want to like have the fucking the like. I don't dislike Rappa. Okay, I do not dislike Rappa. I feel like in 2.6, her character story was kind of ham-fisted for me, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I get why people enjoy it. It just didn't work for me. For my personal tastes, it didn't really work that well. But I get why other people like her. Of course, now I think general perception of her is a lot higher with the pity of not ever getting a rerun, which is fair. Which is fair. I wish the 2.6 story... I like the 2.6 story. I wish Mr. Vecca was playable. That's fair. I didn't... Okay, I don't have a strong opinion about Mr. Vecca. I'm gonna be real. I don't like him or dislike him. Maybe if he was playable, I would remember him more. True. 2.7 was the worst because it introduced the most problematic support because he's too good. What, Sunday? Because you're not talking about Fugue. I'll tell you that. Look, do you guys want 2.6 and C? I can understand it being better than 1.1. At least. I'm down for top of C. No, fuck you. Oh wait, that's the wrong tier list. Oh, this is the right tier list. Nah, I think it's a D. Okay, this is just my tier list, okay? Like, I'm not trying to do, like, a public... Like, you guys can convince me on stuff, and I will change accordingly. But at the end of the day, My opinions are my own. I wouldn't say Sunday is way too good. I don't know. I mean, he was when he came out, I would say, but yeah, I mean, I gave my spiel on him in my most recent video. Speaking of which, 2.7, yay! 2.7 was very desolate. There wasn't really anything happening, although it did have the Pure Fiction rework, apparently. Yeah, it added the grit stuff in Pure Fiction, which I do like. I do think it was an improvement. So that's cool, I guess. And it had like 2 events and a story that was like 2 hours long. It was a patch of all time. Like, I don't think there was anything in it that I actively disliked, but it did feel pretty desolate, I would say. 5-star selector? Oh yeah, that was 2.7. The fucking wait, oh yeah, it would be in the events. Where is that? Yeah, okay, it did have this. I remember making a video about this. I mean, that's nice. That is nice. That'll bump it up a little bit, I guess. Yeah, it had the room decorating thing. I actually watched my friend do this like a couple months ago, so I do actually remember this one. Yeah, what events were in 2.7? The room decorating event, and then a camera one, and that's it. And that is it. 2 events, which, yeah, I mean, it'll get points for 5-star selector and adding positive additions to Pure Fiction, but I think it's like top of B. Or was it last time? C? Yeah, I think here. No, here. I don't think it's C. I think it's thoroughly here. Or maybe, what do we think, Chad? Top of C or bottom of B? C? I can go either way. Top C? Yeah, we'll put it here. I think because if not, we would add no other patch to the C tier, maybe, instead of, yeah. So we do want to kind of fill it out. If no other reason than aesthetic reasons. 3.0, I think is worse than 2.0 in terms of being hype for a new region, but I do think it was still pretty okay. This was the first ever patch that I streamed. My first ever stream was the launch of 3.0. And it was okay. I don't really like the story in 3.0. I feel like it was very front-loaded with its exposition, and I felt like it was very, like, it felt hard to initially care about, I think, until the stuff really got moving, which I think didn't even really start happening until 3.1. So I think 3.0 was like, whatever. And the Herta's little story here, like, I didn't care about at all. I like her later stuff, but in 3.0 it was whatever. Herta aura farmed, and that's enough for me. Okay, I mean, fair enough. I won't take that away from you. Yeah, it added the new... Yeah, it added the Remembrance Path, I guess is the biggest thing you can say about it. That is true. Although in 3.0 it was just Aglaya and RMC. Yeah, I don't know. Like, are we gonna go into the entire tirade about Remembrance and what it is as a path for this game's overall health? I think I individually like most, if not all, Remembrance characters, maybe except for Cyrene. But even then, I'm more mixed on her than anything else. So it's like, it's hard for me to really be like, I don't like the path, when I like most of its characters, and like, there's not much to really say about the path beyond its characters. I think, obviously, the Lycone situation fucking sucks. I think most characters in the path don't really have much of a reason to be in the path. Like, I think Cyrene, like, yes, she is Mrs. Remembrance herself, but like, her Remembrance Bite is off-field, it echoes her damage, it isn't on the action bar, and it only acts when you use the ultimate. It's like, okay, dude, like, great Remembrance Bite. Insane. Hyacinth should have just been Abundance. I mean, I like Ika as a mechanic, but it is, yeah, again, similar. Like, not on the action bar, only acts when you act. Like, Sure, dude, whatever. Also, March outfit. That was in 3.0? Oh, yeah, it was. Oh, wow. I thought that was later. Yeah. I don't know. I think it gets a lot of points just like 1.0 and 2.0 of just adding so much. Like, it added so many enemies and just so many places to roam around and explore. Added a good amount of story, even if I don't really like it. I think adding this, like, it just has a good amount of content, which makes it inherently more than other patches. So I think it gets to A just off of that, but I think it's like low A. We put it in B tier last time. I think low A makes sense. Again, like it's the thing where it's like they could have done a lot better with Remembrance, but I like that it was added. If nothing else, just because I like the characters, which is maybe like not the best reason, but like I don't know. Was this based on vibes? Yeah, I did a tier list like this like 8 months ago, and then I was just going to add the new patches, but then I'm like, wait, I disagree with like all of this, so now we're just redoing it. I did a thing like this for like 3.2, so now we're adding all the other patches and then also reordering stuff. I think it's in concept it's good for them to add it, but they executed it poorly. I think that, but even then, like I don't know, I like most of the characters, so it's like I can't even say that. I think the only thing that's objectively bad about the new path is the Lycone situation. Like I think that's the only thing I can really be like, yeah, that's pretty inexcusable. And yeah, I guess Aglaia specifically has some problems with her vertical investment. That's true. I think low A makes sense. I like the characters, but I don't think they justify the path. That's fair. That's fair. Story was a little boring. Okay, we can drop to B. I guess. Yeah, I do agree that the story was not my cup of tea until I think 3.1 was better, but I think 3.3 is when it really picked up, which is pretty late into a patch or into a region. 3.1 I think had a better story. I still like I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it was better. Protein Hero is cool. I mean, honestly, it didn't feel that much different than what Divergent Universe was before it. But I mean, it's something. I didn't mention it once during my entire video overlooking all of Amphorius. It was in the script, I just skipped over it. Because it's like, who the fuck cares about Protein Hero? And I had this. Which event is this? There's like 5 events that use these chimeras. Which one was the Awu firm? I actually forget what this one is. Fuck, let me look this up. What was the Awu firm? It's this fucking thing. Okay, wait, can I show this to you guys? Boom. It's like the event that we currently have, where it's just like super auto pets, but it's like again, it's like an auto runner instead of PvP. Yeah, this was not the best event. I think the current one is better than this. Yeah, okay, it's kind of mid. It's kind of mid. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I kind of do not care about it. How do I go back? Boop. Boop. Nope, that's the wrong tab. Fucking. Sorry, wait, I have to fucking close some tabs. God damn it. OBS is so annoying with this stuff. Fucking. I have so many tabs open right now. Sorry, wait, give me a sec. Okay, I'm just gonna make it open up to Genshin so I know where I am. Okay, there, we're back. What else? What else was here? Yeah, I didn't really feel too strongly about the Awu firm. Yeah. Was there anything else? Not really. Yeah, no, this is a very mid event, a very mid patch. There wasn't really much added. It added the new hurdle icon for Remembrance, but I mean that's something. It gave us Tribby. Woo! I mean that's not the most exciting thing. Yeah, this is probably B. Was it A originally? I think we were glazing the story back then. I think it's B. I think the story is pretty good, pretty okay. I liked it more than 3.0. I think it's better story, but 3.0 had more general content. It added the stupid lion and horse enemies. Wait, I thought that was 3.3. Oh no, it did. Really? I thought they were with Hyacinth. Okay, I guess not. My bad. 3.2. I've heard very mixed takes on 3.2. Are we reading based on story? We're reading based on everything. But 3.1 didn't have much besides its story, so, you know. I really like Anoxa. I think Anoxa is probably my favorite written character in Amphorius, maybe besides Phynon and Cypher, but like it's close. I really like Anoxa. Castris. I know a lot of people really like Castris as part of the 3.2 story. I personally didn't really like it that much. I didn't dislike it, but it was the weaker half for me. But I've heard people have the exact opposite take, so I'm not too like, I'm not gonna die on this hill. 2.2 was low-key boring. Parts of it were, yeah, I remember that. It added Polix, which is not good. I think Polix is like universally like the Amphorius boss that is just like, I wish you weren't in the game. Just for how blatantly it chills. I think it's my least favorite APOC fight, for sure. I think, right? Yeah, probably. Also gave us the Black Tide enemies. Yeah, wait, which ones? Oh yeah, I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion. Wait, did it not give us the arrow ones? It just gave us this one? It just gave us this? Or was the other one already here? Alright, whatever. It added Seal Slammers? Oh wait, this is the Seal Slammers event? Oh shit, it added Seal Slammers? Oh wait, okay, that carries it a little bit. I like Seal Slammers. I think I like Seal Slammers more than Origami Bird. I'm gonna be real. That's pretty good. That's a good thing. And then this was also the anniversary patch, but I mean, again, I don't think that's like that exciting, in my opinion. Like, I mean, more rewards, I guess, but I mean, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. This was also, like, if we're talking overall game health, this was the global passive patch. And also, the first spending event, I think, was also with Castris, right? I think so. Pretty sure, right? Yeah, this. So that's not good. that is a couple points against it. I think ultimately it's like B. I think it's right next to 3.1 for me. These are very similar patches in my mind. Like, I think I like the story, like, basically equally. I like Seal Slammers, but it has a lot more negative than 3.1. I think high B is fair. Starvale World was a fun event, was it? Which one was that? This isn't the board game one. This was the oh, this was the fucking cookie clicker one. Okay, yeah. Oh, not cookie clicker, but like the AFK one. Okay, I did kind of like that one. That's fair. Okay. Okay, that doesn't bring it into A tier though. That just more firmly puts it top of B. I think. Is Mochi thing to follow? Okay, wait. Now we get to the new patches. We've thoroughly redone the tier list from what we had before. This is about what it was, except we already put the stuff in here. Whatever. New tier list. Now we are on the new patches. 3.3 we already talked about. Oh, yeah, we already talked about these at the start of stream. 2.3 had a really, really, really good story. It had Poi Poi. I think 3.3 and 2.4 are the best story that Star Rail has ever done. Unless if you're like a really big 1.0 glazer, in which case maybe. But no, I think this and 2.5 were the best story that Star Rail has done. Other than that, it didn't really add much, I think. You're gonna have to remind me if it did when we talked about this half an hour ago. It had like no events, no endgame, no like any system updates. But yeah, really good story and not much else. Like High Scene's part and Cypher's part were both really fucking good, and the like everything going to shit afterwards. Yeah, I liked it. 1.1 story patch clears. Yeah, the one without a story patch. Yeah. So the question with this patch is, how far does a good story carry? 2.5 had a really good story and a really good event. This one kind of only has a really good story. So it's like, I don't think I'm putting it above 2.5. I'm down for here though, or maybe here. I think it's high. Maybe here. I think here is fine. Mid A. I think A tier is like the patches that have like one really good thing going for them. And I think 3.3 is like that incarnate. Good music too. I mean, most patches have really good music. Like Star Rail just has good music. I'm a big Poi Poi guy, but you know. I have a Boo Hill related question, and this seems the best place to ask. Alright, shoot it. Right into 2.5? Yeah, I think I feel pretty good about putting this here. In my opinion. 3.4. I'm trying to get some opinions before next banner change. Do you think for Boo Hill it's better to invest into Ranmei or Fugue? I can't get E1S0 Fugue and have Ranmei. Usually Boo Hill teams have both. Like, usually sustainless Boo Hill teams are Ranmei, Fugue, Dahlia, but you can replace Ranmei with HMC if you want, or just go with sustain. I would say Fugue. I would say Boo Hill without Fugue is a lot worse than Boo Hill without Ranmei, in my opinion. Especially if you're going for E1. If it's E1 Fugue, then it's no question. In my opinion. 3.4 also had a really good story. And it also had the shit story with the fake collab. But I think everything else with the fake collab was really good. I think the actual event was really cool. I think free Archer, free-ish Lycone. Ish, you know. I like Saber. I think Saber is one of the... Like, Saber and Archer, and maybe Finon are, like, some of the best designed kits in the entire game, in my opinion. Okay, maybe not Finon. Finon looks the coolest, I'll say. I'll give him that. I really like Archer and Saber and how they're designed. We haven't really been talking much about the new units with these patches, but I mean, free Archer. Free Archer, wow. And also new Battle Pass is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I like the Harmony one because it's a break buff. They scammed us in making us think these banners were super limited. Yeah, they didn't say anything in the 3.8 livestream if the fake collab is going away, so... So this is by default higher than 3.3, because it has at base an equal story, but actually more content to it, and a free Archer. So, like, it's at least here. I can see it going into S. I think if you want to drag it down because the fake collab was so ass, that's fair. I'm more so looking at just the positives. I think a negative is only really bad if it was, like, actively bad for the game, like if you want to argue global passive. I think 2.6, like the only other thing I would really say that's on that level is like 2.6's main event, which I really didn't like. I don't think fake collab is that bad. So like, yeah, still S. Yeah, I think low S. I think low S. I think that's fair. 3.5 didn't really have much. I think the story takes a back seat. The events were kind of whatever. This was not a bad event. It wasn't bad. Actually, in terms of Amphoreus events, this one's like in the upper half, I would say. Yeah, C. We put it C tier pretty easily last time. Oh no, we didn't. We put it B. Is it C? It's pretty similar to 2.7, I guess. And 2.7 had the standard banner free stuff, so I guess, yeah. Story is mediocre. Yeah, I didn't really like the story that much. I like the characters. Like I like Ceredra and Hycelins as characters, but like the actual story was kind of whatever. The events were kind of whatever. It didn't really add that much to the game. I think the Lygus fight is cool with the question mark. I like it sometimes. I didn't like it in Anomaly Arbitration, but that's not this patch. Maybe even D. I don't think it's D. I think it's maybe B. It's not D. It was okay. Is it that much worse than 3.2? Is it? Yeah. Is it that much worse? I think here's fine. Yeah. I like Lygus. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the thing. These later and voice patches are like, they actually have more Lygus in them. That was more 3.4 as well. But I do really like Lygus. So that gives it some points. Sure. Lygus top 3 villain, he's top 1, bro. Him and Hule sharing top 1, except he wins. 3.6 is really hard to rate because it added Anomaly Arbitration, which, yeah, I think the story was better than 3.5. But besides that, it's like, how do you feel about Anomaly Arbitration is going to dictate how you feel about this patch. I personally am overall positive on it, but I do have a lot of misgivings. I do like Dipped and Evernight. There's also Give free Dipped, which is cool. And it made the shilling for Dipped feel kind of whatever because you get him for free. It's just like a did you build him check, which I think is a lot easier to swallow. Yeah, the story was okay. I think this goes... It's similar to 2.3, and like it added an endgame thing that I overall feel good about. I feel better about the story than 2.3, but I feel like APOC is a better thing for the game than Anomaly Arbitration. Maybe. Yeah. It was mid. Yeah, the patch was mid. I like Anomaly Arbitration, but I don't love it. maybe it is below 2.3. That feels wrong though. That feels wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it's here. I'm feeling it above 2.3. Why is 2.2 so low? We can do this. I mean, B is not bad. This is a rather top-heavy list I'm starting to see. Yeah. Yeah. And then 3.7, I think, is pretty easy to say S. Just for fucking currency wars. I've said this entire time, S tier is, you know, it has at least two things going for it. Maybe 3.7 is the exception. I don't know. I didn't really like the story that much. It was okay. Yeah, 3.7 is really carried by currency wars. Was there anything else that was like cool? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's the Elysia patch, and I didn't really care about her that much, so... Yeah, it's mostly just currency wars. What were the other events? I fucking hated this event. That event sucked. Oh yeah, Relic Recon, I actually kind of like that. But only because I got good stuff in it. Spending event, don't like. It buffed RMC. Wait, true! Holy shit. Wait, that actually is being considered. It buffed RMC and gave them a free-to-play icon, as if they didn't already have multiple options. Cool. My favorite. Yeah, I think it's bottom S. I think Currency Wars is the best side content they've added to this game. Even if the upper tiers can get a little stupid, there are definite flaws with like trial character stuff, but like I think it's fun. I like it. 3.8 can put the fries in the bag. Thank you for the two euros. Is that euros or pounds? I don't know denominations. My bad. Can put the fries in the bag. Yeah. Okay. Where are we putting 3.8? 3.8. I feel like we're fine to rate, even though we're like 3 days into it. Just because we have the one character that's being introduced, We did the entire story. I did the story off stream. 3.8 low A? I think it's like low, like mid C. Like, this was the patch I was excited for because I was pulling in it. So, like, that's not fair. Like, that shouldn't indicate the quality of a patch. Like, I was really excited for it, but, you know. That's if you care about break. Yeah, it is 8 weeks, and those... So it's going to be more desolate than usual. It was already going to be desolate, even if it was only 6 weeks. Now it's 8. And they're trying to pretend that the new APOC that's going to happen during that time is part of that new 2 weeks being filled, which is like, yeah, sure, dude. Sure, dude. 8 weeks of mid, yeah, it really doesn't have much going for it. I think the event... What was it? Oh, wait, we're on 3.7. This I did yesterday. It was really short. It was a really short event. It took me like 20 minutes, like 30, like, I don't know, it took me like 40 minutes. It was really short. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't, it was okay. I like the Dahlia. Sure, dude. I don't know. I feel like I am like unqualified to have a take on the story because like I'm not the biggest Penacony guy, so it's like people are like, oh, it fixed so many things. Oh, it didn't fix anything. I'm like, you tell me, dude. I don't know. Like this story was odd. It felt very overt of like what it's trying to do. Like I get it. It's the retcon patch, but like it felt very on the nose, I guess. Also, okay, can some lore expert explain to me why... Okay, wait. I should say, first of all, spoiler warning for patch 3.8 if you haven't played it yet. I'm going to be talking about the 3.8 quest. Spoiler warning. I'm giving you time to click off if you do not want to hear. Anyways, can someone explain to me the first 5 minutes of the quest when she's like pretending to be part of the Astral Express? And then after that, she's like, oh, never mind. And then the entire rest of the story takes place. Why the fuck did she do that? I'm confused. I'm confused as to that. That's the part that I didn't fucking get. Like, she was like, oh, I just thought it would be easier if, like, you knew me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, I thought it would just be easier if, like, I took over your mind and made you question reality. It's like, yeah, dude, sure. Oh, thank you for another £5. I don't know if that's the right denomination. Rank the characters, release it in Furious, whichever way you'd like. Just in terms of like vibes. Oh no, I would be gunned down in the street if I did that. We could. I do have another tier list planned for today. Maybe. Spoiler. It means I have to go. I mean, I'm talking about the first 5 minutes, so I won't go past that. But that being said, it felt okay. It felt very disjointed. Like, it gave us very quick, like, oh, and then this happened, and this was the story of 2.1, in case you forgot. But then we're just kind of thrust back into the mix of things. And it's like, I just spent the last 100 hours caring about Amphorius. It's like, I like the Penacony cast. I feel attached to them, but it's like, it feels like it's expecting me to be, like, entirely emotionally invested into what's happening, when it's like, I haven't thought about this story in a year. So it's like, I don't know, like, fucking... It was hard to be emotionally invested, I guess. Like, I had already kind of had my feelings with Sunday and Firefly and everyone kind of already closed, I guess. And so to be like, oh, actually, here's how the ending actually happened. It's like, okay, I mean, that's cool. It doesn't really make me feel that much different, I guess. I don't know. So the story was whatever, I guess, is my way of saying it. It doesn't really have any events. It's more desolate than average through being longer. And it didn't really add anything else new to the game that's like that noteworthy. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty low. It's pretty low. I think it's 3.5 tier. I think that's pretty easy to say. But it's lower because it's longer and its length isn't compensated for by content. Which, I mean, that's like unfair to the developers. Like, there's not really anything they could have done about that, but that is the reality of the patch. So it's like, I'm not gonna say no to that. If you're not a Penacony enjoyer, what stops it from being the worst patch in the game? I would say worst patch in the game. Like, nothing's gonna be... I'm pretty confident in saying nothing's gonna be worse than 1.1. Okay, but more Silver Wolf? True. How's 2.3 non-S? It didn't have anything else going for it besides the really good story. The really good story is the only reason it's this high. Now, you could say the same thing about 3.7 in Currency Wars, and you would be right. Anyways, yeah, I think 3.8 is around here. I don't think it can go above 2.7. They are very similar patches in being the story, the patch before the next region, but I think 2.7 at least has the character selector and more fun events, and isn't 8 weeks. So, you know what? It wins. So, yeah. Alright, what do we think? I think this is pretty fair. Are we... Okay. The main question I had to ask at the beginning, and the whole reason we did this re-tiering in the first place, is 1.0 the best patch in the game? That's wrong. Is it 1.6? That also feels wrong. Is it 3.4? That also feels wrong. I don't fucking know, dude. I think it's one of these three. But... yeah, I don't know. 1.6 had Pure Fiction, a free Doctor Ratio, Golden Gears, and it was just a pretty good patch all around. 3.4 had the free Archer, a really, really good story. The Fate event part of the collab was at least pretty fun. And I liked the new units, design-wise. And then 1.0 is the launch of the game. 3.4 being S is wild? What do you mean? Okay, I think it's 1.6. How about I do a poll? Best patch in the game. We'll do 4. We'll do fucking 1.0, 3.4, 1.6, or other. Because it's not 3.7. I don't think that would win the poll. And I'll do it for this too. 1.0, 3.4, 1.6, other. Yeah. Alright, let's see. 3.4 was 72%. That's fucking crazy. I mean, it feels right, I guess. I would vote for 1.6. That's my vote. And so far, I think one other person has voted for it. Oh, it's actually winning the Twitch poll, but there are a lot less people in Twitch chat, so... what can I say? I don't have strong feelings for any of the 4. That's fair. It's weird, because like a lot of the patches that have really influential things being added to the game, like 3.6 or 2.3, have other things that are kind of dragging them down. Or like even 1.3. Where it's like, I feel like some of the content is S tier, but like some other stuff just drags it down a bit. And then, yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's entirely arbitrary how we're doing this, but like, I think this is pretty fair. We can't get good story and good events in the same patch. I think that's the lesson we've learned today. I think that's the lesson. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Most people are saying 3.4. At least on YouTube. Yeah, I'm down to keep it like this. This seems fair. Yeah. I think this is fair. Yeah. Alright. So, it's been an hour and 40, so we do have enough time, I think, to do my other content idea. Unless if someone has any last-minute objections for something to be moved here. Any last-minute things to be said about this tier list? I think it's pretty solid. Okay, I think we're good. 2.6 to S tier again? No, I'm good. Okay, if that's what we're saying, I think it's good to move on. My other thing I wanted to talk about today is... let me bring it up. Boom. Boom. So I talked about this on stream a couple weeks ago. I want to do a sequel to my videos on ranking every Remembrance character in the game. Because that is how this channel started, was talking about each path individually. And so I wanna do a sequel now that there's a new path. Let me change my stream title and stuff. So I don't have a solid take on this, on how to rank things. So that's why I'm turning to chat and saying, hey, help me tier this. Sorry, let me do this. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. If I can't have an answer that, like, I feel solid about, then I won't make the video. So this is, like, more so just a way to check if there's a take somewhere here that I feel good about. And if not, then we move on. Like, that's where I'm at. But we'll see. We'll see. So there are 6 units, if we don't count RMC being 2 different units. What are we ranking this on? Purely meta. In the 3.8 current meta, where do we rank them? This is not character, this is not story, this is purely meta. I think it's really fucking hard to rank them. I've thought a good amount about this. I think the one thing that most people can agree on is this. I think that's pretty easy. I think beyond that, it's really fucking hard. I don't even know who's 5th at that point. So here's my solution. Here's how we're gonna do this. I have like a round robin bracket thing, and we're just gonna rank it through this and see how it turns out. We're gonna go one by one in like a round robin. Okay, it's not actually round robin. I think we only have to do like 9 1v1s. We'll do this. We'll see the starting tier list that it gives us, and then we'll move it manually from there. Are we talking who is best or who is best in comps? Yeah, I should probably give a more definitive actual thing. So the way that I do tier list stuff, or how I did it back in the day, back when this channel had 200 subs, is basically who is the best for you, who gives the best overall amount of utility for your account broadly. Also, let me close this patch, the patch poll. Like who, if they are on your account, is doing the most to affect your ability to clear endgame, basically, is the broad way of saying it. Cost is not expected, but it is considered. So if someone has good cost, then that's a plus, but if they're reliant on that cost, then it's bad. So we're not only looking at E0, S0, we're only looking at E0, S1. It's like nebulous based off of like how much you get out of them versus how much you invest into them, basically. So like RMC doesn't get any extra points for being free, basically. That should be said. Nobody gets extra points. I guess one thing I haven't really considered with this is how we're talking about the light cone situation. I guess because like Hyacinth and RMC, and I guess Cyrene have better light cone options than the DPSs, but like I guess that goes back to the whole cost thing of like you're more expected to invest into them to have a baseline performance, even if that means battle pass stuff. But we'll get into it. Let's not start talking until we start talking, you know? So I have this little tier list thing. If I go and rank it, boom. It'll just give us 2 units that we have to place next to each other, and we just have to pick one between the 2. And we just have to keep doing this until it tiers it. I think we have 9 total things to go through. Out of the other paths that I've ranked, what's weird about this one is that there's no clear, like, gimmick to it. Like, I'm not ranking supports against each other. I'm ranking supports with DPSs, which is like, as I've learned through my other tier list updates, it's really fucking arbitrary. That being said, I think this one's pretty easy. I think it's Cyrene. The thing with Cyrene is, I'm still pretty confident in my initial opinion of her, which is that she is in her strongest form right now, and it's only going to get worse for her. But right now, she's really fucking good. I think if you pulled her, you're getting the most out of her right now. Unless if something happens in 4.0 that is just completely unexpected, which I mean, I can't fucking say. Cymene is well bait. I disagree. I think she does her job well. She is in most meta teams right now as a genuine option, if not flat out best in slot. She's in but not needed Mana Remembrance. She makes Anoxa a lot better. She makes Maide a lot better. If we're counting Evernight main DPS as separate from Mana Remembrance, then she's also best in slot there. She's really good for Dot. She's good. Well, okay, she's best in slot for Aglaya, but like I would still, if you're only pulling for Aglaya, I would still recommend getting E1 Robin instead. But that, or just E1 Aglaya flat out. But like she is good if you have her for Aglaya and best in slot. Just don't pull for it, in my opinion. And same goes for Finon. More fight dependent, but if you don't want to rely on RNG for Finon stacks, also really good for Finon. Maybe not unconditionally best in slot, but still a really good option. That's like most of the meta. And she's also, apparently, I've seen, also pretty good for Saber. Apparently, like, I've heard this, I haven't seen it. Apparently, she's okay for Saber, which is like, I didn't think is possible. So, sure. Sounds like fake news. I've heard it, and I don't necessarily believe it, but apparently it's a thing. Apparently it's a thing. Especially E2 Cymene, for sure. But like, apparently even E0 is like competitive, which is like, I wouldn't think that, but like, apparently, I don't know. The streets are saying it, yeah, I don't know. So I think a support that is genuinely influential in most current meta teams is definitely going to be better than a good DPS. We'll talk more about Castrus when it's actually much of a choice between her and someone else. Yeah, I think Cymene wins this. Oh, fuck. Why is this second? Okay, this is probably the hardest one. Hyacinth, RMC. I have the opinion that Hyacinth is a bit overglazed. I think she's really good. I think she should be like in the top half of this list. I think outside of Mana Remembrance, her prevalence as a universal sustain is a bit overblown. In my opinion. I think people assume signature on her way more than any other unit for some fucking reason. I know her signature is really good, but you shouldn't just add a cost and just like sweep it under the rug like that. And I think at E0 S0 as a general sustain for just a generic team, she's not doing much over if there is a tailor-made support for that team, which Dipped has taken for a lot of teams. Pre-Dipped, I think she was pretty ubiquitous. Post-Dipped, she's still good where she's good, and she's even good where she's not good, but I don't think that should count more than RMC, is my thing. RMC is good, but Hyacinth is unique. I feel like, I don't know. Again, I'm trying not to give points to RMC for being free, but at the very least, they do have a better light cone option, which like that doesn't really count for much. Hyacinth is just a good sustain with decent DPS. Hyacinth has really easy utility to get use out of, although to make it worth going for over other options, you do usually have to have some other support on the team to buffer damage, like Tribi, Cypher, or Cyrene. But that's usually pretty easy to do. Thank you, YHVH, for the follow. RMC will be replaced. That is also true, especially with Break and 3.8. We do have to also consider that RMC is mutually exclusive with HMC, and also whatever they get in future patches. I don't think Preservation and Destruction really matter at all, but it will matter. It does already matter for Break, if you care about Break, and it will matter probably for Elation. Maybe, we don't know what Elation MC does. But that is true. I'm a bit of a Hyacinth doubter. Now, let me also say, for full transparency, I don't have Hyacinth. I skipped Hyacinth. So I don't have the like 5 or 6 patches of her first-hand experience that Hyacinth pullers have, if you got her in 3.3. So naturally, with that, my take on Hyacinth matters a bit less than if someone has been using them for the last like fucking 7 months. You're missing out. I think the other thing to say with Hyacinth is that her shilling has been probably the most insane out of anyone in Emphorius, or maybe anyone in the game. maybe if not like tied with the current break shilling, but like even then it's not that bad. or like Night 2 of Anomaly Arbitration. Like, fuck that. She benefits the most from the Black Tide enemies. It's like, for me, I struggle to say that a sustain is making your ability to clear endgame noticeably better than someone like RMC. Like, if RMC didn't exist on your account, I think like a good amount of accounts would be clearing worse than if Hyacinth wasn't on their account. Besides Mon of Remembrance, I think that's the difference where Hyacinth is a genuinely insane upgrade, and she's worth the hype when it comes to that team. Brother Hyacinth is him. I'm trying not to downplay Hyacinth too much, because Hyacinth is extremely good. I think RMC is like maybe the only unit I would place above her. It's really fucking hard to say. I don't know. The fact that Casperus and Evanite don't use SP really does make Hyacinth free SP real estate. Yeah, that is also true. Her damage does scale off of her healing, so if you're in a team that doesn't give you sustained infinite SP, which outside of Mon of Remembrance is kind of hard to do, then it does kind of fall off a little bit. Also, her damage is AoE, so that also is not as universal, where like in single target she does a fifth as much damage as you would otherwise want her to do. And like she doesn't have the universal buffing that Tribi does to really make up for that, to make her good in single target. So it's like, compare Hyacinth to Linkshot or Aventurine or even Dipped, she clears them all pretty easily. She definitely clears Linkshot or Aventurine. I don't think she clears Dipped generally. I think Dipped's problem is that he's not as much of a game changer for a specific team compared to what Hyacinth is for Mon of Remembrance. Like, that's the only thing that like makes her clearly better as a unit in general. But I think Dipped wins in terms of being a generic slap him on a team, it's easy to use kind of thing. RMC helps more than Hyacinth. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I think an out of turn action advance with a true damage buff is fucking insane utility. Like, you can't really undersell that at all. Like it's kind of insane when you say it like that that's from a free unit. Like, I don't know. I think if we're talking about the big supports in the game, and if we talk about just, Tribi, Sunday, Robin, RMC is like the number 4 there, and is arguably, or like just straight up better than some of the other options that I just said. So it's like, it's only 100 action value. Wait, no, it's 100% action advance. Well, is it? Oh yeah, no, it is. It's not an instant action. Well, no, it's dependent on your speed, but whatever. I like not dying more than doing damage, but like, you don't need to pull to not die outside of like Anomaly Arbitration, especially with the free Dipped. It's like, okay, I guess this isn't like a pull priority though. I guess I should be better within my own criteria that I set. That's my bad. Like, if you can't clear fast enough, like usually I feel like if people are pulling for something, it's because they can't clear fast enough. And I feel like if that's the solution that you need, then doing better with RMC is better than what Hyacinth does. No? Like, is that insane to say? I don't know. I don't know why this was fucking second, because I feel like this is like the hardest one to talk about. Like, out of any of them. So, like, I don't fucking know. Should I pull it? Fuck it, I'll pull it. Okay. I'll pull it. Hyacinth. I want to see. I'm not going to abide by this, but I want to see. I want a Hyacinth. True. RMC Hyacinth. I will personally say RMC. That's my vote. But I can fully get Hyacinth. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, and like post, I don't know. Like, this is gonna be weirder in a year or two, because on one hand we're gonna have Elation MC, which would probably make RMC harder to use. But then also in a year, the HP meta won't be nearly as prominent, so like Hyacinth would also fall off somewhat. I mean, she'd still be good, but whatever. Even in chat, it's a 50-50. Oh, chat says 57% Hyacinth, so that's not as much of a gap as I thought. I thought people would say mostly Hyacinth. And then actually winning on Twitch chat, that's crazy. If it's more of a 50-50, then it's much more of a, people aren't gonna like it either way, so I could just vote for whatever. There are 5 supports that can replace RMC. Hyacin just makes you immortal while also dealing decent damage. I think the thing is with that is that I don't value being immortal as like insane utility. In my like, if you can live, you can live. You don't need more sustain past that. And I feel like most sustains in most content are fine. Besides Anomaly Arbitration is like the big exception. But even then we have Dipped, who I think is better in some teams. So it's like, like in a typical MOC fight, you know, it's like, oh yes, I use Hyacin and I don't die. Or I use a sustain that actually gives utility relevant to my team, and I also don't die. It's like, well, then who cares how much sustain you have? I guess the idea there is that if it's more automatic sustain, you don't have to waste SP on it, but then you want to waste SP on Hyacin anyways to buffer damage, so it's like, I don't know. 100k a turn is real utility, but it is conditional. Like, you don't just get that for free. Like, she wants to be AoE and she wants to have proper teammates to buffer damage, which, like, if we're talking about a sustain and how universal that is, that's not a guarantee on most teams. But that is true. Like, that is good utility, but it's also, like, at E0, F0, her only utility, which is, like, okay, besides the HP buffing. But, yeah. Okay, I can go either way with this. I don't want to be against Hyacin too much. I do think she's top 3. I also think RMC is top 3, so it's like, fuck. I can say Hyacin for now. We do have the tier list here that we can fiddle around with later. Alright, I'm going to end the poll. Alright, you know what? It's fine. I'll say Hyacin for now. Cyrene or Evernight? Ooh. That's hard. I think Cyrene, no? I think it, like, this is kind of just supports went out over DPS. Evernight is really fucking good. It's easy to get a lot of use out of her at low cost, even outside of the fights that benefit her. But yeah, Cyrene in the current meta is really good. I think Evernight has the potential to have longer staying power on an account, but even then she relies on Cyrene for that at least somewhat, so it's like kind of moot. Yeah, I think it's Cyrene. Cyrene is good in every Crisis Air comp. Evernight is only good in 2. Okay, it's not purely a numbers game. I think it's partly a numbers game if we're talking like support versus support. But I think Evernight does win a lot of points for how easily she can clear content, like with minimal support at low cost, which is like for a carry, that's what you would want. I think Evernight does that really well. Well, also as someone in chat said, has really good vertical investment. I won't say best in the game, but like E2 Evernight is fucking insane. So if we're also counting that, I didn't really count it much for Aglaya, but yeah, I think Cyrene wins here, but I do want to place Evernight high, I will say. Oh fuck. Okay, it's the other hard one. Okay, I don't think it's that hard. This was hard when she was coming out. I think it's been about what 4 months since then. Yeah, it's Evernight. Yeah. I see chat erupt. Yeah, okay, it's Evernight. Yeah, no argument. Yeah, I think it's Evernight. Evernight does not require casters to work at all, and her main DPS teams are extremely competitive in the meta. Not to say casters needs Evernight at all, but I feel like casters relies more on Mono Remembrance to be relevant in the meta, and that's with the stipulation of that being the best team in the game by far. So it's like relying on it is in big quotes. But then, on the other hand, I think Evernight does better even if you don't give her that same level of support. Like, I think low-cost Evernight is just flatly better than low-cost Castress, like, by far. And it's like, by the time you get to the point where you give both of them a large amount of investment, they're both gonna clear fucking content. So it's like, who cares, you know? And even then, I think Evernight is still better, at least marginally. Yeah, it's Evernight. Hyacin over Aglaya? Okay, that's easy. RMC over Aglaya? Yeah, it's easy. That's easy. Okay, Hyacin or Cyrene? Ooh, that's hard. Let me get a glass of water real quick, and then chat can talk about this for like a minute. I'll be right back. I am back. What are we thinking? Okay. Everyone is saying Hyzine. Okay, I know where this is leading to. I know this is leading to saying Hyzine is number one, and I don't want to fucking say that, but I that's where this is going, and I can't really stop it. Saibini no E2 kind of needs Hyzine? I disagree. It's easier. It's easier to utilize, but most Saibini teams do have a rotation that can get a comfortable clear no E2, no Hyzine. I still think RMC is number one, but Hyzine over Saibini. I think Saibini's really fucking good in the meta. Like, if I just look at oh, this is not going to show up well. Fuck, how can I do this well? Fucking, I just want to show units. But, what was this? Oh, this is my Dahlia team tier list. Okay, well, I'm gonna get rid of it. Wait, it's not, where's the oh yeah, here we go. If I just put fucking every Amphorius unit just in a tier list, like just everyone goes into B tier, let me just fucking, let me visualize this. Or like every carry at least. Fucking, who am I missing? Finalon. And not the Herda, because she doesn't count here. Who am I missing? My Day. Where's My Day? Here he is. Am I missing anyone else? Aglaya. Yeah. That's everyone, right? Right? Yeah. If we're saying, what does Cyrene do for these units? I think all of them, like, I think My Day gets the largest bump, but I think she's good for literally all of them. I think these three are, like, replaceable, like, she isn't needed to make them good, but she's still an upgrade. Well, at least for Aglaya. She's good. She's not worth pulling for these units, in my opinion. At least first, but she's still good. And for these four, she's, like, a genuine upgrade. And with how, at least, we keep narrowing it down. But, and then for these three, I think with how prominent they are in the meta, being a genuine upgrade for them is a really big deal. I think she's less of an upgrade than Hyzine for Mono Remembrance, I would say. Well, yes, not I would say, just yes. But then compare that. I don't know how I'm visualizing this. This is not making sense. But if we then say what Cyrene does for that team, and then also for Anoxa, and then also for other teams, I think it's overall more account utility. That's the main thing I'm getting at. Oh wait, we have Poi Poi playing. Oops. Good timing. I guess it's Hyzine bias. Cyrene does not need Hyzine. Yeah, no, that's maybe one thing that in my Cyrene coverage I wanted to maybe say a bit less. I thought with the guide I kind of emphasized that. Hyzine is really comfortable with Cyrene. But I don't, besides like, if you want to say Dot, maybe, like, there isn't really a team that needs Hyzine to be able to fit a Cyrene ult in the first cycle at all. It's usually just, you have to bend over backwards for it, outside of Mono Remembrance. Hyzine includes Cyrene? Is this, like... I could put Hyzine number one for now. I can clear without Cyrene, but I need Hyzine for my cast. That's true. For if we're just talking Mono Remembrance, then yes, Hyzine is better than Cyrene, like by far, like no question about it. I think for the rest of your account right now, on average, it's the opposite though. But I guess if we are just, oh, by the way, thank you, Masswork, for the follow. Hyzine can be used outside of air teams, while Cyrene can't. That is very important if we're talking about where where they will rank in like a year from now. I think Hyzine 100,000% will age better than Cyrene. No question at all. But in the current meta, not working outside of air teams doesn't really matter when most air teams aren't meta, or just teams that don't care about her anyways, like Break. Like, it matters for Saber and Archer, I guess, and then 2.x carries, and the Herda. It's like, that's not the most important thing in the world. But that will matter a lot more in a year from now, when Elation is the meta and she has no place in it, you know? Like, that'll matter more there. But I'm talking about current 3.8. High C is more valuable on the account than 70. Okay, but why though? I think Hyacinth should be like top 3. I think I don't know. Alright. Are we saying Hyacinth? I'm like the number 1 Hyacinth hater this stream, which I don't really want to be. Again, I don't want to like devalue her too much. But I guess we're saying it for now. Well, I'll have another chance to argue against it. But just to move it along. Oh, this is also hard. This one is also hard. Are we saying RMC for this? Are we saying RMC for this? Yeah, I think it's RMC. I think Cyrene... Well, yeah. I think when it comes to Anoxa, Maide, and Mono Remembrance, and I guess Iglea as well, Cyrene in the same slot is better than RMC. Unless you're using them both, which you can for Maide and Anoxa. Because they're not necessarily competing over the same slot for them. But she's more of a large jump for them. But RMC is more, like, it's the same thing. RMC is by far better for your account overall, like past the Chrysosauros. But with the Chrysosauros being the meta right now, that doesn't really matter much. It will matter a lot more in a year from now, or 6 months from now. But right now, I don't really want to weigh that too much. And then also, RMC is mutually exclusive, which, like, also... like, unless if you care about break, that literally doesn't matter right now, but, like, whatever. Like, if we talk these teams, if you could put only RMC or only Cyrene in them, I think only Cyrene wins most of the time, if not every time, no? Unless if again, you want to put both of them on the team, like you can with Sustainless Anoxa, or just Ceredraless Anoxa, or Maide. Or you could also for Iglea, or Finon. Like, yeah, you want to put both of them, or only Cyrene. I think that's the truth of it, no? I feel like I'm not wrong on that. Even in break, agency is getting booted out sometimes. Oh, only sometimes, though. Mostly with Blue Hill teams. Or, well, again, it depends, but... I run RMC with all my teams. Yeah, like, that's the thing. RMC is extremely universal. But then so is Cyrene just in the current meta. So it's like, I don't know. This is really hard. Is this another poll? This might be another poll. I think it's Cyrene, in my opinion, but I think they're both... I think this is top 2. I think it's... In my opinion, it's Cyrene, then RMC, and then Hyacinth. But I think chat has a different opinion. I can pull it. Or maybe... Yeah, and then I don't know where Evernight goes in that. But that's why we're doing this instead of just raw dogging it, because now it's easier. Yeah, so this is why I wanted to do this as a stream before I turn it into a video, because, like, these are really hard opinions to parse. Like, really hard. Is it universality or speciality is the question. Is it though? Like, I think that's true, again, like, when the Chrysosauros aren't 90% of the current meta. When they are 10% of the meta, and it's like, oh, is Cyrene important because Mono Remembrance is still good, but nothing else from Amphoreus is? Like, sure, then Cyrene is more questionable. But, like, I don't know. RMC 64%. Man, I'm just disagreeing with chat every time today. I mean, okay, I'll say RMC. But okay, that's easy. Okay, that's also easy. This is just Castrus, right? I mean, this is just Castrus, right? do I have to? Yeah, Iglea is not bad, but I do think she is pretty squarely last. All right, so the current. Let me reflect this on the tier list. We have... Oh, this is the wrong tier list. Where's the tier list? We have... Nope. Oh, nope. Fucking... Yeah, it is. It is currently... Castrus number 5, then Evernight, then Cyrene, then RMC, then Hyacinth. That is the tier list that has been created by our little tournament. This is the current thing that we have voted on as a chat, as a community. I think the bottom three makes sense. I think Ebonite could maybe be third. Ebonite is just a really fucking good carry and can work off of so little. So it's like, I don't want to place them low. I think Castris and Aglaya have much more pronounced weaknesses than Ebonite. So it's like, I don't know. I could see Ebonite third, yeah. But I also don't want to replace Cyrene, RMC, or Hyacinth lower. I think in a year, Cyrene goes to like 5th, and then everyone else jumps up 1, except for Aglaya. This looks good enough. I think this is like an acceptable take, but it's not mine. if that makes sense. Wait, let me adjust this a little bit. There. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, we can do this. I disagree with Hyacinth being number 1, but I don't think chat is going... What's your take? Okay, yeah, let me fucking duplicate this. Oh my god, it's doing the same thing. Okay, I'll just show you. I'll say my take is like this. Or this. I don't think Hyacinth is number 1. That's my main take. I value supports being able to make you clear endgame faster than having infinite survivability and not much... Well, good difference maker, but not an insane difference maker besides the best team in the game, which is like hard to parse. I don't know. I think Hyacinth is really good at what she does, and she is a difference maker in the best team in the game, which is like, that's really good for a resume. But I don't think that alone should be like, she's the best unit in the path. I think. RMC was a minor upgrade to Ron May in what? In what team? In Castros? No. With Hyacinth, you will never leave a boss 1 HP. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think there is a lot of genuine strength in being the largest difference maker in the best team in the game by far. Like, that alone, even if she wasn't universal, which she is, even if she wasn't universal, that alone would be enough to be worth pulling for her, I think. But I don't know if that makes it first, you know? As a general universal support, no. RMC is way better. If we're talking E0 Rame, RMC is miles better. Not that Rame is bad, but... if we're taking meta, the best team in the game should have a heavy impact, that's true. But then, like, all of these units are in the fucking best team. Like, 2/3 of this path is the best team in the game. So it's like, I don't know. Where do you draw the line? Is this ranking based on the current meta? Yeah, it's not talking about how things are going to age. This is 3.8 current. Like, this patch, today. I honestly think you could put Ebonite at 1 because of her Remembrance crit damage buff being so messed up. I mean, I wouldn't say just because of that. In Anomaly Arbitration, Hyacinth is number 1. I do agree that that is where her utility is the most important. I don't know. Like, and again, let me reiterate this. I don't have Hyacinth. I do not have Hyacinth. So I, more than anyone who has her, can tell you what it's like to not have her. I get, if that's how we want to phrase it. People with Hyacinth are able to tell me what utility she has and how she makes a difference on your account better than I can with my personal experience. But I think it's a bit overblown how fucked you are if you don't have her, in my opinion. Outside of the best team in the game, which is like, that's a very big caveat. I think Dipped has made her prevalence in Anomaly Arbitration as you need her to live as much less important. Like, for example, in 3.6's Anomaly Arbitration, I literally could not clear with my Saber team with any sustain because I just died. I couldn't clear, I just kept dying. And then Dipped came out, and I was able to clear, and I got 1 star on Lygus. Hyacinth would have been able to let me do that before Dipped came out, but I got Dipped, and I was able to do it without her. And Dipped is better for Saber teams than Hyacinth. So it's like, that universal utility is like not as needed now that we have another unit who is who I like more. Can I just be okay? Can I just drop the facade? I like dipped more as a universal option. Sue me. Fuck it. Let me just mask off moment. Whatever. But there's 3 knights. I don't feel like most of the knights are like you die instantly on them. No. I feel like usually there's 1 knight where it's a sustain check, not multiple. Like current anomaly arbitration. What knight is like you need a sustain? I was able to clear Knight 1 with Gallagher. Knight 2 is just a swarm boss, and Knight 3 is Iker where you use dipped. Like no, or like I don't know. Let's go to fucking Home DG Cat. I need to visualize this. Fucking. Or the okay. This is the last one. Like. Fucking. Oh wait, give me a sec, chat. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is 3.7 to anomaly arbitration. I feel like the sustain check is Knight 1 where you use dipped. Knight 2 and 3 you do not need Hyacine to live. And I can tell you that because I didn't have Hyacine and I lived. So it's like I don't know. Am I wrong? I'm proof. Whatever. Fucking and then. This is the 3.6 anomaly arbitration. Knight 3 was incredibly difficult. I was able to clear it with fucking Aventurine. And then dipped was also easy to use. And then no other fight needed Hyacine. So it's like, no, I don't think it's you need her and dipped because there's multiple knight stages. I feel like most of them are pretty easy to live on. No, am I wrong? I feel like I might maybe I'm not in touch with reality. I don't know. Who needs Hyacine when you have the best sustain Ho-Ho? True! You're speaking my language. No, I don't think she's worse. But, whatever. This Knight 3 is weird because it's Iker. Yeah, but it's the dip chill, and everyone has dipped. Okay, the problem is, I'm not trying to put dipped as better because he's free. I'm trying really hard not to say that. Because this isn't supposed to be a full priority. I do think Hyacine's full priority got a lot lesser now that dipped exists. But she still has a lot. And in terms of account utility, she still has a shit ton. So it's like, I'm trying not to gear it in that direction. Sustaining with Gal is less stressful than True. She's more future-proof? Yes, I fully agree that she's more future-proof, but that's not really what that's not the criteria that I'm working with. But I do fully agree. The Hyacine is a lot better future-proof compared to who I'm competing it with. If I go back to the tier list. I can just do that. Ooh, wait, that works better. Yeah, and I do this. Okay, so this is chat's tier list that I relented on. I think it's at least this. I think this is the sticking point. I think being able to clear easier through faster clears is better than having better sustain. And I think I don't know. Maybe I should give Hyacine more weight for her impact on the best team in the game. That's fair. I think I am maybe underplaying that a little bit. But I also think other people are overplaying it. So it's like I'm trying to counterbalance it. Thank you, official Firefly HSR, for the follow. Oh my god, is that the Firefly? Oh my god. Holy shit. The game doesn't care if you clear in 2 cycles or 10. True, but clearing in 2 cycles now equals more cycles later, and if you're clearing in 10 cycles now, then you're not clearing in a patch or 2, so it's like... True to an extent, but like I only somewhat agree. Also, why is it fucking like this? Okay. Oh, it's because I did this. Yeah, there we go. Like, I do think low cycling is overrated as a way to talk about meta viability, but I do think generally, crazy take here, if you clear faster, that's better. Whoa. Don't light me on fire for that one. The question is, like, is RMC that much of an improvement in a best-in-slot team over other options? I think the best thing about RMC is their ability to be a very flexible, free option in, like, literally every team in the game. But where is RMC best-in-slot? Like unquestionably best-in-slot. I don't really know. That's the thing. Like, they're competitive in a shit ton of teams, but like best in slot, it's like Sustainless Anoxa, fucking competitive with Maide, competitive with Aglaya if you have Cyrene, but even then Sunday's probably better. Yeah, competitive with Maide. Yeah, competitive with Maide, competing with Tribi and Ciridra. Evernight. Yeah, okay, Evernight. There it is. I was forgetting about Evernight. Yes, Evernight main DPS. True. Finon. Yeah, with Cyrene. But like, that's not the de facto final team that you can just say is the best. It is a good final team, but like, yeah. And like, yeah, good with Archer and Saber. I don't think best in slot, or like at least with Saber, it's close compared to the competition. Yeah, like RMC's greatest strength is being at least competitive and like not in a cope way for like every team in the game. Like literally every team, besides like Break and like Dot, I guess. But even then, you can use RMC and Break if you want. If you for some reason don't want to use HMC, but like still. So it's like I value that very highly, but maybe that is just because RMC is free. But then at that point, why don't we just fucking do this? Like if we're not counting that, then why don't we just fucking put Cyrene in number 2? No, like am I wrong? I don't think I am. Whatever. RMC is like a light version of Cyrene. Yeah, exactly. Why aren't we just doing this? In terms of being a best in slot option that makes a noticeable improvement on a team, I think Cyrene does that better than RMC. RMC is much more universal, but I think for the current meta, that doesn't matter as much. In a year, it will. Now, not so much. Then Cyrene above Hyacinth? Hey, you're speaking my language! No, okay. I mean, yes, but like, still, like... Cyrene should go top tier at this point. Cyrene should be one. Oh wait, have I successfully convinced chat? Holy shit. Now you guys are trying to convince me. Wow. In a year, RMC is something you pull out when a late Blazer gets replaced by Fugue 3.0. That's the most cursed sentence I've ever read, and I don't even think you're that wrong. But no, but... Okay, I can't say if you're wrong because we have no idea of knowing. Cyrene Glazers are just loud, true. But I mean, I should say, for these units, I don't have Evernight, I don't have Cyrene, I don't have Hyacinth. I only have Aglaya and Casters and an RMC. So like, this is... I'm in terms of personal experience, I'm out of my depth. But I do still think I have an overall rational take on the meta. At least I like to think so. Maybe. I think this is fair. Bag had the worst remembrance units, yeah. Cyrene has had a bigger impact than I was expecting. I think, like, Cyrene is a very polarizing unit because of how heavily she was Doom posted, and then so many people wanted to say nuh-uh to that, which meant that she was overly glazed. But I do think the glazing was warranted in some ways. I don't know. Cyrene, even with Hyacinth RMC cast, takes a little while to charge up. But like, for me, the baseline of like a team that Cyrene needs to charge up in is like an Anoxa team, where it's just like a standard hypercarry and then teammates and like you have dipped instead of Hyacinth. And like even in a team like that, if you tune it correctly, you can get Cyrene's ult in the cycle. Like you don't need E2, you don't need Hyacinth. It's just difficult, but you can make it work. Kotoni, take me to follow. And then there's teams past that, like with Aglaya or obviously Mono Remembrance, where it's easier. Or you have teams with very specific rotations, like with Finon, where it's like also easy, if not very scuffed, but it still works. It's like, it's a very large problem in her kit, but it's very workaroundable, and it is worth it to do that. It's worth the effort. So it's like, I don't want to be like, but it takes a while to charge up, because it's like, yes, we've been new. I don't know. Wait. I feel like RMC is the more important piece compared to Cyrene for Evernight Hypercarry. Yes, I think you're right on that. I'm not the biggest expert on the I was gonna say pull priority for Evernight, as if you're pulling RMC. But I mean, I don't think you replace RMC with Evernight is, I think, the takeaway. Evernight plus Irene plus RMC is just a very strong core. Yes, it's a, like, whether or not you have high scene, it's a very strong core. Which, yeah, I mean, high scene obviously makes it better, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is okay. Top 3 is like interchangeable, which is like, okay, so like what I said at the beginning of this is like, I'm going to maybe make a video, like if we go to my YouTube channel, if we go back to fucking, if I keep it in frame, what? Let me go oldest. I used to do tier lists for every path, and I did it for every path, and then I stopped doing them because I ran out of paths. And so I was going to, in April of this year, I was going to do an April Fool's video where I did ranking every Remembrance unit, and it was only RMC and Aglaia. And I thought that was going to be really funny, but I didn't end up doing it because it was too much work. But now we have like enough units to actually talk about where I might make a video, but I want to have a solid take. A ranking where half the list is interchangeable. See, like, yeah, it is fucking cursed. It's so weird. Like, you get it. You get it. You get why I'm so apprehensive. Did you overhype Boothill in your hunt video? I put him number 1 because Facial wasn't even out yet. It was fucking 2.4, dude. Of course I put him number 1. He's better than Ratio. What, am I gonna put him below Ratio? What the fuck do you mean? You mean overhype? This was pre-Facial. Pre-Mose, too. Look. Fucking... number 1. Sheesh! Wow. I put the thing right in front of his face. I was a real editor back then. Back in the good old days. Oh yeah, wait. Look at my old profile picture that I used to have. It used to just be Guoba with Boothill's hat on. I figured I had this. The good old days. The good old days. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that profile picture. I changed it when I had like 1,000 subs. I commissioned my current profile picture pretty early on, which was like not a smart idea, but A, it was a friend, so I felt cool commissioning, and B, it worked out in the end because I ended up doing YouTube for longer than a month. Cass 5th? Okay, Arthur, I want to ask you, how much do you think Cass should go up? Who do you think Cass is better than in this list? Because it's not Evernight, and it's not anyone above Evernight. So yeah, she's 5th. I watched all your path tier lists when they came out. Really? Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, I do think I remember you saying that. Maybe. Dude, this shit was. I don't know how I was cranking these out like every day. I was making like a video every 2 days. I was built different back then. I was no-lifing this shit back in the day. Look, my last 4-star guide a year ago. There hasn't been a 4-star since. Sheesh. That's actually so funny. God. Anyways. For real, Cass is the true first. The number of times her passive has saved me currency. Oh, wait, okay, that is true. We didn't talk about Caster's passive. Do we rank that? Does that change anything? Evernight might be the better unit, but Caster's does have global passive. True. Wait, how could I be so blind? No. I do think that does matter. Not enough to move anything, but true. Your runner's bricked if you need passive. There are ways to genuinely make use out of it, like killing Robin on purpose to get her ult back, so that you can get another action advance before her ult naturally ends. Or just lowering the need of a sustain if there's like one big nuke in the fight. So like you caster survive the nuke, and then you just have you sustain for the rest of the fight. Like it makes Ho-Ho and Gallagher easier to use. But yeah, besides that, yes. It's not fully just a get out of jail free card. Like there are ways to use it, but you know, it's not. Man. So many attacks come with dot. That is also true. It's very easy to just die twice. Saimini is better than RMC. It's what I was saying. Look, are we just gonna... if I keep this on screen long enough, do we think we're just gonna have new people come onto the stream and just be like, what? This unit is placed here like 50 times? Because honestly, that's kind of good content. Maybe. Yeah, how about this? Nobody's in second and third. I make a tier list, and then half of the people in the tier list are all tied. How about that? Everyone's happy. I think if I make this video, it will have like a 90% like ratio. And if that's the case, I'm not going to make the video. So, I think it's... I don't know. I think saying Saimini is the best Remembrance character in the game is like troll, but I also kind of believe it, so it's like I'm trolling. I don't know. Wait until we get more. No, there's not going to be another Remembrance unit for like a year. Like no fucking way there's going to be any in like 4 point until like 4. Okay, bag prediction. I don't think there will be another character in the path until 4.5. That's my guess. Take it or leave it. I don't think there will be another unit until 4.5. Do it bag, put Saimini in 1. I mean, I can pull it again. Now that we have it in front of us, I'll just say, who is 1? Who is number 1? And I'll put the top 3. But I know Hyacinth is just going to win, so this is more of just reaffirming what I already know. Alright, let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. 4.8 has the next Remembrance and Break character. Yeah, Break is just the end of every region we get a new Break character. Honestly, I wouldn't even be too mad about that. That sounds okay. It's better than what Dot has gotten in the last year and a half. That being said, Dot is better than Break right now, so I guess I can't talk too much. Yeah, I think this is fair. Ish. I don't really like it, but I will have to ruminate on if I make this a video. Because I don't have any ideas. Current ideas for what I'm going to make for if I make another video in December. Because I would like to, but I don't really have any pressing things. I want to do a unit buff part 2 video, but I want to wait until the beta starts to make sure I'm not instantly wrong if there is something in the beta. So, do you think Saimini will be relevant 1 year in the future? I think she will be a lot worse, but I can fully see Mono Remembrance being relevant in a year, in which case yes, and then to a lesser extent, well, not lesser, but like to another extent, Ebonite, which is also then very important. I think she'll be relevant, but not nearly as universal. I think that's pretty safe to say. Monorem would be relevant in pure fiction? I mean, yeah. But I mean, even outside of that. Has the Hycelin Cyrene bug fixed? Oh, God. That is the most tilting thing that I think I've ever covered in this game. Because I didn't talk about that at all in my Cyrene coverage. Because I thought, everyone just thought it was a bug. And then it made it to live server. And now apparently it's not a bug. So I'm like, fuck, I should have talked about it. No, apparently it's intended. I don't know how, but whatever. Fine. It seems they have no intention of fixing it. I mean, they would have fixed it in the beta. It was known about the entire beta and they never touched it, so it wouldn't make sense to change it now. They patched Cerebral stuff immediately? Yeah, but that was obviously unintended. I don't know. Was the Cerebral stuff in the game the entire time, and just nobody knew about it until right before it got patched? Because that would be really funny. That's really funny. I can imagine there's probably like there's probably a good amount of people that like knew about it and just didn't say anything because it let them clear. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing Hyacinth 56%. RMC won the poll on Twitch, but like it has like a third of the votes, so it's smaller sample size. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Let me bring this back. No, fuck it. Yeah, okay, I think this is fair. Well, that is probably the end of the stream content then, I will say. It's been going for two and a half hours ish. I should do a global before I leave though, because I did do it last stream. I will say, let me just do this. Oh wait, it's not showing. I am going to stream again on Sunday for account reviews, which I haven't done in a month. My bad. And then I'm also streaming Monday for APOC Reset. So, more streams! Hooray! 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 Let me get the prediction set up. But yeah, so, yeah, some random tier list stuff today. I'll maybe make a video. I really don't know. Can I get in the queue, please, bag? I think I redeemed it like a month ago. Fuck. We do have a spreadsheet. Pumai. And I also have a way to check myself. So yes, if you're there on Sunday, people who have been waiting for a long time will get weighted. But also, it's been a month, so like everyone's been waiting a long time. So that's my bad, and that's my bad. But yeah. Anyways, turkey. 3:15. Oh wait, is this? It was this last time. Okay, that doesn't count. Turkey. Oh, it's just the same fucking thing. It's wait, what's next to it? Serbia. No. Yeah, Serbia. Oh, adjacent. Is it Kosovo? No, it's fucking Croatia. Is that 400 miles right there? Maybe it's Bosnia. Fuck. Yeah, it's just Croatia, right? Yeah, easy. Easy. Okay, I'm gonna do 2. And then I'm gonna get off because I'm tired. Easy, dude. I'm too good at this, actually. I watch Ziox and he just guesses like fucking 20 times. And I have pity. I have pity. Truly. Oh wait, I forgot I have to wait for the bet. Global's fun. It is. I really like it. I should play it off stream, like when I don't know what to do, but then I just launch Star when I don't know what to do, so that's kind of a skill issue. Also, join the Discord, true, if you want updates for streams and videos. Is there a possibility of getting account review if I don't have points to redeem it? Sometimes at the end of my account review streams, we do UID reviews. And for that, I usually just make chat guess a number. So if you want to be there for that. But I would guess I won't do that next time because there's probably a very long queue. I usually do that when there's less of a queue. I will be doing like multiple account review streams like in the next week because I have a lot of people to get through because I have been slacking on it. 1055. I think we could go Tunisia. Cooler. We could go Pakistan? No. We could go Oman. Oh, maybe it is Pakistan. Or is it just India? No. We could guess India. Oh. Yeah, it is just Pakistan, right? Yeah! Hey, I said it in 2. So even though I didn't guess it until 5, it's the thought that counts. Alright. So, I was gonna say a shorter stream, but it's really not. It's around 3 hours. Thank you for everyone for showing up. A bit of a smaller stream, more low-key. But we will have account reviews on Sunday, so look forward to that. Thank you again for 2,000 followers, by the way. Very big milestone. I've been waiting for it for a very long time, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, 3,000 soon. All right. Oh yeah, also for updates for next video, I haven't been working on any. I've kind of been taking a break because I got really burnt out. Again, who would have thunk it? But I try to get 4 videos out every month, and I've already gotten 4 out this month, so a part of me is like, let me just wait until January to do filler videos. But then also I don't want to go like 20 days without uploading, so we'll see what side of me ends up winning. I might upload again this month. Who knows? If not, just more streams. Okay. Anyways, I have to end stream manually.